Our place now.
We're live.
We're live?
We're live.
All right. Hey.
Yo.
First podcast from the new facility, the new home base, the new mothership, if you will.
Who's using those headphones?
Feels good to be here.
We already live?
Nobody. Nobody's using those headphones.
Who's got his?
All right.
Oh, man.
Great content so far. Yeah.
This is good. Are we live?
We're
Terrific.
Oh, we're live.
Yeah.
Oh, man. All right. Well, welcome to episode 18 of the Fist Drive podcast. To our listeners out there, we are now officially legal, so slide into these fucking DMs. Let's get this fucking going.
Oh, yeah.
That's right. It's going to be fun.
Terrific.
As hopefully you guys can see, and if you can't see, you should start following us on fucking YouTube so you can see, or watch us live on Facebook. We are at a new home base. We are at the Third Coast Grappling headquarters here in Nassau Bay, Texas. We have a new studio that we were getting built up, and it's got AC, so...
Yeah.
Step
Already
one.
a step up. Although I have
That's right.
four guys sitting across the table from me, and I feel like I'm at an interview right now.
Well, Austin,
I don't want your
you
fucking
are.
law firm job. No, thank you.
Austin, what's your weakness?
I get sunburned very easily.
Where do you want to see yourself 5 years from now?
Not working in a fucking law firm.
Man.
I'd like to see myself with at least a purple belt in jiu-jitsu in 5 years.
Lucky for you, we're not a law
But I
firm.
trust Professor.
But we might need legal advice. So that works out good. Sponsors. Oh, wait, what's up? Go ahead.
Oh, no, still doing podcasts
Yeah.
with
I
you
mean,
jokers
well.
in 5 years. That'd be terrific.
That would be amazing.
Yeah.
Hopefully this is still the same one.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. All right, so sponsors. Shout out to ManFeed Pro Protein. They keeping Berto looking legit as fuck over there. You look really good, bud. How you doing?
I had some today, actually.
Yeah? Did you sprinkle some on that cracked pepper cracker you're over there eating?
I did not,
Oh.
because I don't know how that would mix with chicken rotisserie salad.
Yeah, that sounds weird.
You know what, though?
But
There's just protein
but
on protein.
I did have my middle of the day protein shake like I've been doing. My weight's been consistently going down while I remain. I feel strong. Actually, I was training with one of my friends, one of my training partners. This Sunday, and he has like about 20 pounds on me, and I was asking him how did I feel strength-wise.
Yeah.
And he said I felt about normal. He thought I was fighting at 170, so
Yeah.
that's good.
That is
'cause
good.
That is good, man.
I'm not.
Shout out to ManFeed Pro for keeping
big shout out.
Berto legit. JustKeyPants.com, 6-month guarantee, always free shipping. Covering that ass. 10th comment gets entered into a date with Professor Brandon. So light it up, baby. Like I said, and we're 18 today, so anything goes.
Oh, is this 18?
This is 18, baby.
Snap.
Yeah.
Legal.
It's been the last few weeks have been pretty big. We had our quinceañera, then we turned 16, 17. That's all right, whatever. But now today,
Is that how numbers work?
18. Yeah, it's consecutive.
Ah,
Yeah, I learned that yesterday.
interessante.
But all right. Also, shout out to Saloon Door. I'm gonna let you handle this one, Austin.
Yeah, so we're not doing our podcast there anymore.
Not that we didn't like it. We
And-
thought it was amazing, but
And
it
I'm
is
okay with
summertime.
that because
Summertime
it's a
sweats.
nightmare and it's loud. And here, it's not a nightmare and it's quiet.
That's
So
that is true.
we're drinking Saloon Door beers. Thank you to Zach and Ryan for supplying them, which is great. I guess I'll supply them next week.
excellent. It's a buddy system, man.
You should drink our beer.
Yeah.
It tastes good. Money me. Money now.
Money me, money now.
Yeah.
Money.
That's it.
That's good.
I like that they still have the double dot because you say you're never making it again, right?
Never making it again.
I like the Sunny reference, so click on that one. I like it, buddy. All right, who else do we have here? Canix, man, CBD isolates, keeping your body feeling good, keeping your mind
Awesome.
feeling even good.
You got some
Yeah.
good news about this.
Oh, I've
Tell
got
us about
I've
it,
got
man.
some things to say. Okay, so
This is a non-paid
I was
testimonial.
I was given a stick of the topical, and I was having some problems with my hands from jiu-jitsu and my elbow from jiu-jitsu and also my right knee from jiu-jitsu. And so I was using it on my body, but I knew that it was supposed to work and it was supposed to help, and so that could cause a little placebo, right?
Prime you a little bit.
Yeah, I think that it's going to help, and so therefore, when I put it on and it smells good and it feels nice, I think it helps. However, I have a 92-year-old grandfather named Merle, who's pretty much my favorite person on earth, and he is not shy about telling you that shit does not work, right? So like he got a cortisone shot in his knee, and he was like, "This shit doesn't work. My knee hurts terrible." Right? And you're like, "Okay, right." So this is a straight shooter. And then so you're like, "All right." So we put this like ointment on his knee. It's supposed to like deaden it. And he's like, "No, the shit hurts. Like I don't like it. My knee hurts. The shit didn't work." So then my dad made a topical salve using like peppers and stuff. Apparently, the capsaicin can give you some topical pain relief. Right?
My mom would agree with that.
Yeah.
That sounds about right.
Yeah, and so we did that, and he was like, "This does not work, right? My knee hurts really bad. I'm in a lot of pain right now." So I finally I said, "You know what? I'm going to take the Canix down there," and I took the Canix down there and I put it on his knee, and we're sitting on the porch, and he was like, "Hey, my knee feels better," and I said, "Really?" And he said, "Yeah, man." He's like, "It doesn't hurt so bad." And so I said, "Okay, well let's give it the evening, and then I'll reapply in the morning." He goes to bed at 8, and so he gets up the next morning. "Hey, Merle, how's your knee feel?" He's like, "It feels pretty good, but let's put some more of that stuff on." So we put some more on, and he's like, "Oh, it feels really good." So we've been using it now. I don't see him every day, but my folks do, and they're totally on board with the thing, and so they have been putting it on 2 times a day, every day, and he's like a new guy. Right, and so this is
It's like 89-year-old Merle.
yeah,
Absolutely.
and it's amazing. It was really amazing, that this product has helped this guy out. We can't tell him that it's related to CBD at all, because then he'll start asking questions and he gets real freaked out by the pot and by the hemp and stuff like that. He's real old school.
Well, the good
Yeah.
the good thing about Canix is
No THC.
no THC.
Yeah, none.
Dude, my mom,
Yeah.
she has a hurt foot.
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Mom, put this on your foot.
Yeah.
It's CBD. She's like, "No, I don't want to get high." I'm like, Mom,
Doesn't get you high.
Mom, you're not going to
Yeah,
get high.
does not get you
I don't
high.
want to. I don't even want to risk it.
Yeah. It's not related.
My girlfriend loves it. She puts it on her
Yeah.
back and her shoulders when they're sore.
amazing.
I put it on
You
my.
don't you don't put it on her back and shoulders for her?
No.
You're missing an opportunity, bud.
Damn.
Saying,
Sorry.
pull out that stick,
I'm icing my ankle at the time.
Yeah.
wax on, then you
I'm
wax
icing my
off.
elbow.
It's good.
Icing my neck.
That's cool.
I do the ice.
But you know, one thing that my girlfriend really likes about that is that it smells good.
It smells great.
Yeah, it has
smells
clove and
really
some other
good.
things that make it
Yeah.
smell really, really well. Yeah.
So Merle is super into it, and it seems to be helping him. And he has arthritis, right? This isn't a jiu-jitsu related injury. This is like my body's falling apart, and I'm super old related injury.
Life.
Yeah. And so I dig that. I dig it because it helps me. I mean, it legit helps me.
Well, and that's one of those things. Whether
Yeah.
you have an injury or something that's caused by activity or exuberance, or if you're just going through this crazy fucking world with the rest of us, sometimes it'll beat you down. Canix will be there to help you out, buddy.
Yeah, and just like I've been trying to go online and leave testimonials or whatever. It's very hard to comment on the website right now, but I did comment on the YouTube video. But if you're experiencing some sort of like daily annoying sort of a pain, and you've tried everything, try this because it doesn't get you stoned. You're not going to fail a drug test. It's nothing like that. It doesn't have
Absolutely
any. It doesn't
Yeah,
have anything to
Mom.
do with that.
Yeah.
It's like some other part of the plant.
Yeah.
I wish I knew more about the science, but Canix. Somebody shout out the website? What's the website?
It's www.canix.com.
How do you spell Canix?
CANNIXX.
Yeah.
Isn't it from the hemp plant?
I believe
It
it's.
is
I
from-
believe it's hemp.
It is from
Male?
hemp.
It's not even. It's not even a marijuana plant. It's like a related.
You get the hemp
yeah.
from the male plant and the THC from the female plant. So
Yeah.
they get it from the
Yeah. Well, so I mean, it's crazy to be like, it's related to weed. You know what else is extremely closely related to the marijuana plant? Hops.
Cheech Marin.
Hops are.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and you make beer. Everybody drinks beer. Nobody's like, I don't want a beer. I don't want to get high.
My mom might. No, she drinks.
I'm gonna
weed.
tell her.
She drinks.
When
weed.
I
It's the
see
whole
her.
reason I drink beer.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. Fuck.
Terrific.
But shout out to Canix, man. Doing good things out
Yeah.
there. If you are interested in the science behind it, check out the website or hit them up. They have their hands in the mix from everything from cultivation to isolation. I guess, right?
Super
Is that
ethical
right?
people, super ethical company. Not a fly-by-night deal at all. Not a cash grab deal at all.
Absolutely not.
They're trying to build a lasting brand. I would go with them over somebody else.
And the good thing is they come with lab reports. As Canix is, they're putting a lot of. Not only are they putting good products out there to the people into the industry and everything, but they're actually putting the science behind it as well.
Yeah.
So, you know, any questions you have regarding the product, just hit them up.
Yeah, hit 'em up.
They can answer them, and I guarantee you'll be happy about it. Right
Way
on.
better than the CBD you'll find at your local smoke shop.
Or
Yeah.
at your local mailboxes, etc.
Or your local gas station.
Or your local gas station.
or that local chick that sells essential oils on Facebook.
That shows you that, you know, it works even if it's shitty. So imagine this like premium product.
Yeah, it's
Absolutely.
a premium product. It certainly is.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, shout out to our final sponsor, Third Coast Grappling. We have got an amazing event coming up this week. It is actually Final Countdown Week.
Fight week.
Fight Week.
Fight Week.
June 21st at Warehouse Live. VIP doors open at 6, I believe. General admission at 7. Fights start at 8. It is the most stacked card of the year, most stacked card Houston's ever seen, and dare I say it, probably the most stacked card that's ever going to be until the next Third Coast Grappling Championship.
That will ever be.
That will ever be until it's not.
Yeah, I mean, so that's the thing, right? It's like on the one hand, you want to be really excited about Friday, and you are really excited about Friday because it's just so bananas.
Amazing, man.
But then
Bananas.
but at the same time, like I'm already kind of a little bit excited about December.
December's going to be amazing.
Because I'm like, I know this is going to be awesome. I'm going to have a rad time. It's going to be a lot of fun. But then it's like I'm also very stoked.
December's going to
about
be great, but man,
December.
I can't get my mind off this Friday.
Yeah.
Not only that, we have the weigh-ins the day before Thursday at Pitch 25, which is
Pretty cool.
pretty cool, right across the street
Pretty
from the
cool.
Warehouse
Love
Live
that
location.
bar.
It's amazing,
I was
man.
there for the World Cup. Oh my God.
Yeah, it's lit, dude.
7 a.m.
Yeah,
Mexico scoring goals.
man.
People already drunk.
That sounds about right. That sounds about right. I'm not one to culturally judge or anything, but those are my people. Okay.
You were probably there.
Oliver, I thought you
Okay.
were from England.
Yeah.
Okay.
England almost made it.
Yeah. See, yeah, we kind of we're big into that sport. It's called football. I'll tell you about it
Oh,
later.
y'all not talking about cricket?
Huh?
Y'all not talking about cricket?
You gotta,
I don't
you
like
gotta
bugs.
know what a crumpet is to
Yeah.
know what cricket is.
Bro, you ain't about that crumpet
Oh,
life.
snap. That is lit.
So, yeah, that's a shout out to sponsors. Thank you guys for everything. Also, a big shout out to Third Coast Grappling again for housing us here.
Yeah, this is really cool. Thank you guys for doing that.
It's pretty sweet. We got a nice professional setup. We're excited because once we get everything organized, we're not gonna have to break down and put it back up every fucking episode. That's
And
not
if
that we
you're-
complain because we do it for our listeners.
If you're still looking for tickets, I got tickets.
Yes, fighters will
$35
have their tickets
pop.
up until weigh-in, $35.
yeah.
Support your local fighter, support your favorite fighter, or just support a fighter. Either way, go out
Yeah.
and check out the event. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be amazing. If you have any interest in grappling, you're going to shit yourself. If you have no interest in grappling,
You are
get
gonna-
out there and watch some dude shit himself because
Yeah.
he's interested in grappling, and it's going to be amazing. So either way, people are going to be defecating. It's going to be amazing. Shit yourself. Shit
Major
yourself good.
defecation
That's right.
happening.
Hashtag
Grappling's so
shit
good, make you shit
yourself.
yourself.
We should make hashtag major defecation like a thing.
Dude, that's kind of my rap name.
That's
Yeah.
a good rap.
It's
man.
like it's a combination of Major Lazer
But do you
and then
dress
the
up?
stuff that
You dress up like a major from like the military.
Yeah.
It just says
Or just like a
defecation
big
on it.
turd.
No, I think the major for military would be fun.
No, I just smell like shit, but I show up dressed up in full like military.
I love it.
Garb. Yeah, smelling like shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, spitting fire.
So
All right.
I got a question about the Third Coast Grappling event.
Excellent.
Something
Okay.
I'm curious about. I want to ask my man Zach. So I can give out yellow cards when people are stalling, correct? Yeah. Not appropriate behavior. So there will be tables on the stage, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Right, the VIP tables. So these people will be drinking on stage at their tables, I'm assuming, having a good time. If somebody gets out of hand, can I yellow card them?
What, people on the side?
Yeah, like if somebody starts getting rowdy, yelling
Yeah.
things at the fighters,
Yeah.
yelling things at me, kind of being disruptive, can I like yellow card them and then red card them? Get the fuck out of here.
No, just look at him and just yell shame.
So
Shame.
No, I'm gonna paro,
Whoa.
yeah,
yellow
Yeah.
card. I'm like an umpire.
You're gonna eject people?
yeah.
Am
so,
I?
You can do that.
so that's the thing, right? An umpire. This is different, but the umpire at a baseball game is basically the MC for the whole stadium. He can throw out a coach. He can throw out a fan.
I seen him throw out the guy that's announcing stuff
Yeah,
up in the thing.
the little league umpires will go into the stands and grab a dad and throw him out of the stadium.
Like a random dad?
Yeah, just like a dad that's causing like bat dad.
I
Just
think-
like
I think-
causing
yeah, I think
Like
problems.
Randy Marsh from
Yeah.
South Park.
I thought this was America.
Oh, man.
yeah. I thought it was America.
Yeah, so you
Yeah.
know, I'm just wondering.
It's not my event, but this is just the first thing that comes to mind.
I'm curious. You
talk
know,
to
I want,
the man.
I want people to watch a professional event. I don't want to, you know, if they're on stage,
Yeah,
right? The camera might be on
They
them.
did pay the most to be there, so.
yeah.
Yeah.
that's
Also,
true.
let me ask you this.
Actually, they're allowed to give you a yellow card.
Let me let me ask you this: Brian Cushing and Arian Foster, I heard have a table.
That's
up
the
front,
rumor.
Oh, nice.
That's the
right,
rumor.
with a few other like Texans players.
Yeah,
If one, let's say Brian Cushing gets too rowdy.
Fuck out of here, man.
yeah.
What's he gonna do? What's he gonna do? He's gonna try to fight me on the stage?
Maybe.
So I'll take him down.
Yeah,
He's training,
No,
bro. He's
he-
training. He's
he
got them
gonna-
tackles.
They've been
Man.
chasing a West Chase.
yeah,
Yeah.
But like, for a little while.
Yeah.
I mean,
They ain't no
they're
Professor
physical
Berto.
specimens,
I
right?
don't think, yeah, the
That-
gap to.
I'd pay to see that. I'd pay to see that. Like a blue belt NFL player versus Professor Berto.
Versus you.
Well, no. So
I know who I have my money on,
Hey, like you said,
which is
you're
Professor
excited
Berto.
for December.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, I know.
but
I know.
it's different.
We're gonna
I don't
have
want to.
that
I don't want to
NFL
make it.
fallout.
I don't
Special
want to like.
absolute super fight
Yeah.
between me and Brian Cushing.
But it's different if it's planned, right? It's different if it's planned to where it's spontaneous. That's when it's gonna.
Oh, I think.
Yeah, yeah. If it's a fight, it's different.
In a fight. Oh, I have Berto all day, every day.
Okay, yeah, but like it's
Yeah.
different,
Because
right?
I know,
Like
I know
the-
that even under his umpire outfit, he's gonna have like a fixed blade knife, and he's just gonna pop, pop, pop.
Man, why you?
I think we're. I thought we were gonna do it. I thought we were gonna start
So
off.
he's
like
gonna have an
West End
umpire
stories.
outfit?
So now I'm gonna have
Start
to have
bat-
an umpire
snapping.
outfit
One.
and 2 fixed blade knives, so you don't know the location of the second one.
Jesus, man.
I'm gonna have a fixed
I
blade
take this
gun.
shit seriously, Oliver.
Are you reffing before
This
or
shit
after
seriously.
your fight?
Probably after.
I hope.
I'm probably gonna fight early on.
Yeah.
I would actually want to get the fight done.
Yeah.
Just focus on my work.
Yeah.
Focus on my work.
Work.
Look at that. That's an ethical approach right there to carrying 2 blades.
What
to a
you know
fucking grappling
about work?
contest.
Fish. Bricks. Y'all know that song? Come on. Oh man. I was
I'm
like,
blanking.
there's a song. It's
What's that
like,
reference?
it's like, what you know about work, and then they're like, fish.
What?
Bricks.
We're gonna need more.
Damn, bro.
That's it.
We
That's
need more to go
That's
on,
the hook. No,
Austin.
it's like a rap song.
That's the
Yeah,
hook.
yeah. And so I look at Megan and I go, man, black people come up with the coolest slang because I don't know what fish or bricks mean. I mean, I know what bricks
But
mean.
you've been saying it.
Yeah, but
You've been
like,
repeating it.
What you know about work?
No, the thing
Well,
is,
work means selling illegal drugs.
Or
right?
it could be.
Or it
just
could be
going-
work.
well, we know
Yeah.
what bricks
Yeah.
are.
Going to your job.
Come on, you know what bricks are.
But then but I don't know what fish is.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
fish is the one that leaves you kind of like, what?
Is it though? What? Well, I mean, bro, what
Yeah.
if he's trying to diversify his outlets? What if
Yeah.
he's like, I also sell fresh seafood
I sell
and
fresh
bricks of
seafood.
cocaine? Yeah.
Come down by
that
the
way,
market.
that way, you do the coke and don't smell the fish.
They work at like that fish market in Seattle, but like where they throw the fish.
Place?
Yeah, yeah.
It'd be good. They start throwing.
But then,
throw
like,
fish at
if you
people.
if you give him the signal, then he stuffs like a baggie of coke and like a halibut.
What's the
and he throws
signal?
it to you.
What's the signal? He's like, who wants a fish? You're like, we're looking for nose clams.
Yeah, he goes like nose clams.
We want nose clams.
fresh from the sea.
You know, clams. Yeah. No, good stuff. All right.
Did you find the song, Ricky?
If anybody, no, I'm looking. If
too
anyone
sad.
knows that song, please
comment.
leave it in the
Let,
comments.
let us know about fish and bricks.
What you know about work?
Yeah. Are you sure they're not saying fish and grits?
Man, I don't know what they're saying.
They could be grits, man. I'm just saying. It sounds good.
So this is a struggle that I've had for
Fish
my
and
whole
I don't know,
life.
they do shrimp
For
and
my whole
grits.
life, I've had a struggle to understand like rap song slang,
Yeah.
and I'm like, oh, I get the words wrong.
No, see, that's the problem. I think they have a problem understanding you.
Yeah.
They got to relate to you, Austin.
It's called lyricosis.
Lyricosis?
Get it on Genius. That's right.
Dude, apparently Genius had like a big issue with Google. I was actually reading about it not too long ago. There was some thing that popped up on Facebook or something I was reading, but
Yeah.
apparently Genius used to, whenever they put their lyrics up, they'd embed like some Morse codes into their lyrics and stuff. And they started finding that whenever Google would just, you'd go to Google and put like what are song lyrics and stuff, Google would go and pull it directly from Genius
Yeah.
and put it on there and claim it as their own like lyric stuff. So they started embedding the stuff in there to go in there and be like, look, man, you're basically stealing it from us. You're basically forcing people to. You're putting our hot link up there, but forcing people to click your link and not go to our site. So it was a big conflict of interest.
It's
and-
Work by Lua Proc.
Oh
Work
yeah, well
by
yeah,
Lua
Lua Proc, man.
Yeah.
That guy. Where's
How do
he
you spell
from?
Lua?
we
Lua.
can't play it on the
Proc.
podcast.
Okay.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
can't. It'll get taken down.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Well, shout out to Lua Proc
yeah. Thanks for making
and that song "Work," featuring Kevin Gates, whoever that is.
Fish and Bricks,
Kevin
bro.
Gates is on it? Oh, okay, cool.
Fish and Bricks.
I actually know who Kevin Gates is.
I think the
I
name
know
of the
who Lua
song
Proc
is
is.
Doesn't he train with us?
Fishing for Bricks. No,
Fish-
it's
fishing
Work.
for-
Work's
Brick
the name of the
fishing.
song.
Brick fishing.
Work.
Brick fishing would have been a better name.
Yeah.
All right.
What you know about work?
So we actually have a what's in the box today.
What?
Yeah. And
It's been a while since we
this
opened the box.
This is a good question. I kind of wish we had Professor Brandon here. I'm not sure where he's at right now, but hopefully.
Maybe you can't figure out how to get in the building.
Yeah, this is new location. What's that?
Everybody check their messenger.
Oh yeah, I got mine. Nobody's hitting me up.
Nobody's hitting me up.
No, he's not coming.
Let me pull this up. You got school stuff going still? That's right. Man's furthering his education. You got to respect that. All right. So what's in the box?
Uh-huh.
This is a good one. It was submitted to us by a guy named, let me pull my stuff up, Billy. So shout out to Billy.
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 Shout out.
We don't have a last name, so
Billy, no last
if
name.
your name's Billy, no matter who you are, thank you. But if you're this Billy, thank you even more.
I call
First
him.
and
I
last
call him
name
Bill.
Billy.
That's right.
I call him Bill the Butcher.
His name's William Bill.
His name's Billy Williams. Billy Williams. All right. So, question. I'm going to read it because it's long and I need to practice my reading. I've been trying to formulate a position-based structure for stand-up similar to what there is for the ground in jiu-jitsu. For example, I know the basics of where I can go in, say, side control, but my question is what would be the fundamental positions of the stand-up game so that I can formulate where I can move from each position and how to finish takedown in each position? Thanks for your help. Again, I wish Professor Brandon was here because
Yeah.
he is the Gracie Baja, Texas wrestling and takedown coach.
Yup.
So it would have been a good start to
Yeah.
pick his brain. So you could always slide into those DMs. 10th comment gets eligible for a date. So maybe that could be your date. Billy.
Ayo.
But we have some black belts and some high-ranking jiu-jitsu guys here with us. So
And
let's
some-
hear what they have to say.
And
I would
some
say-
low-ranking jujitsu
Oh,
guys.
everybody here's high-ranking.
Well,
Everybody here's high-ranking.
what I would say is.
All right, Isai,
begin
what's your
with
opinion, buddy?
gripping.
No. My name's Berto. I'm assume I'm going first.
Well, I thought we were going graduation order.
We are. Isai, you graduated in my heart before you did. No, I'm joking, man. Keep going. Keep going.
I didn't understand the
What about you, Ricky? No, go ahead, Berto. Go ahead. Don't be sucking on your fingers. We've been
Can I
here
finish now?
digging into that cracker box
finish
over there,
now?
man.
Can I finish? Can I finish?
Yeah.
Please, please.
No, what I would say is start with your grips, right? Like
you need
focus on your gripping.
Right.
Figure out what your grip position is. You know, what you start off with something basic, work that grip position, and then have your 1, 2, 3 maybe. Maybe start with 2.
Yeah.
You know, from that same grip position.
Yeah.
And then once you get really good at these, you know, some people are going to give you trouble because they're doing something different, and then you maybe work a different grip strategy to either incorporate the same takedowns or look for some better alternatives depending on the grip and, you know, their stance, things like this. Because stance matters and gripping matters, and if
Yeah.
we're talking about no gi, you know, how you hold matters.
Yeah.
So once you have these things lined up as to I stand this way, I grip this way, then you can start to base your strategy, because it's hard when you just say stand up.
Right.
Yeah.
Side control is more specific,
Right.
mounts more specific, but if you just say stand up, you could be
Yeah.
talking about Oliver's lame career. But aside from that,
I'm gonna borrow that joke, and I'm gonna make $1 million fucking dollars, and people are gonna be like, "Where'd that shit come from?" I'm gonna be like, "Me."
So,
So, thank you,
yeah.
hey, you treat me like how Hispanics are treated. So it's fine.
dude. I respect your culture. I married one of you. All right, I'm not gonna
Yeah,
marry
the,
all of
the
you.
whitest looking one.
Look, bro. I'm just saying. It was a soft transition, right?
It's a
I like
it's a
eased
twofer.
into it smoothly.
She's whiter
right?
than you, and you're
It's a
British.
twofer.
Bro, look, I had to move here and I had to marry someone local. So, anyway, the roofies haven't worn off yet. She's great.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, it's amazing. So, honey, if you're listening to this, I'll be home shortly.
I make a lot of mistakes in wrestling class, and so Professor Brandon is always yelling at me, and
That
then
doesn't sound
and
like
then
him at all.
and then it sticks in my brain. So I'll just repeat the things that he yells at me, right? So pick a stance,
Yes.
right? Right leg forward or left leg forward. Pick a stance. That's your stance. If you're right leg forward, you're right leg forward. If you're left leg forward, that's your stance. But don't go back and forth, right? That's super high level shit, and it's
We'll play your game.
Yeah.
Yeah. This
Also,
ain't Taekwondo, bro.
attack with your lead leg. Right. So you're gonna, if you're right leg forward, you're gonna attack your opponent or your training partner with your right leg. Attack your opponent's lead leg.
Yes.
So if his left leg is forward, then you're opposite stance, and so you're going to go for something like a single leg. If he's right leg forward and you're right leg forward, then you're going to look for the high crotch or you're going to look for the double leg, right? So noticing the way that you stand and then noticing the way that he stands is never a bad place to start in terms of determining what your opening gambit should look like. I think that what Professor Burt said is right on the money. Professor Brandon and Professor Berto and Coach Ricky are always showing me like a combination of things, right? So it's like you get your grips and you start to do like a throw, and then if they react in a certain way, then you do like an inside trip. These sorts of things. It's like a 1-2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you learn the common ways people react off of your attacks.
Sure, yeah.
Off
I
of your
was gonna-
grips.
I was gonna
Yeah.
say next, like the way I develop my stand-up game is like you said. First, you got to know how to stand, right? So
Well, it was with Babak. Like, I mean, we had a little bit, but like
I'm talking
5 years
like
with Babak.
Uchimata and all that stuff. Like I do Uchimata a lot.
Your judo base as opposed to your wrestling
exactly,
base.
yeah. So I stand left leg forward, right?
Right.
So what I would do is just Uchimata, let him grab the leg.
So, a
and
question
then
for you:
throw them. Yeah.
you're an MMA fighter. I mean, I'm assuming you stand orthodox. You're not a southpaw.
No. Yeah.
So yeah, because that's one of the things like you hear about. You know, like they'll say lead with your strong hand, and you have guys who are
That's the thing about me. I'm weird because
Yeah.
I'm left side dominant.
okay.
I
So-
feel like if you, and I don't know if there's statistics on this, and probably somebody could look it up, but I feel like a lot of the wrestler-based guys growing up probably are southpaw in striking
Yeah.
because they kind of grew up with their
Right leg forward.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Well, this goes back to another thing Professor B always says, right? Like, don't switch your stance when you're doing, stand up. When he means striking, to when you're doing
But if you get
takedowns.
striking
Or comedy.
if you
Or
go
comedy.
striking first, then you're probably going to be left hand. You're going to be
Yeah.
Left hand
left
forward.
leg,
That's
yeah.
how I am.
And
Yeah.
I bet that if you look at like UFC fighters, I bet if they had a strong wrestling background, they're probably southpaw.
Yeah, that's why I'm lucky because like I'm left side dominant. So
Oh, so yeah, it
so
works out
yeah,
perfect.
yeah. But I was taught to do everything with my right hand. So I'm right handed. Yeah. So when I used to play baseball, I used to actually I was a switch hitter because I could do.
Oh, that's cool.
I could do either side. Yeah.
But the idea is, and at least in grappling, is you want your strong, dominant hand blocking your lead leg, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you want your strong leg forward so you
Yeah,
can
your
drive
right
off.
hand,
Yeah.
You want your right foot forward.
Yep.
But me, I started striking before I started wrestling, so I am not a southpaw, so I had left foot forward, and that's how I kind of got used to.
I'm the
standing.
same way.
You know what's odd is that I will stand left foot forward when I'm doing striking or MMA. But if I'm doing purely grappling or purely just wrestling or just takedowns, I stand right foot forward. I don't know. I've been able to.
I'm the same way.
Yeah, I've been able to actually not like get mixed up, but I wouldn't recommend that to somebody that is just starting off. Pick
Yeah.
the one that you feel most comfortable with and just stick to it, whether you're striking, doing stand-up comedy, you're doing takedowns, right, whatever.
Yeah. I started jabbing with my right
I
hand.
like that.
Yeah, I started
Feels good.
throwing jabs with the right hand because I'm right foot
Hey, there's a
forward.
lot of boxers like that are like
Yeah.
they're right-handed but they stand southpaw.
Yeah.
I've heard of a lot of guys. Yeah.
So Oliver, when you do stand up comedy, are you right leg forward or left leg forward?
Usually I take a neutral stance. I like to see what the
Oh, you square stance.
Yeah,
Sumo.
Yeah.
Sumo.
Well, that's basically how it is. That's basically how it is. No, flies down.
Funny part of that.
The flies down. Yeah, constantly. No, no. Stand up. You always want to be dick first. So it's all in the hips.
I need to see my dick whenever I
Yeah, no, that's how I do it. I put the hands on my hips, but towards
Yeah.
the back and kind of shove forward.
Have you been?
Oliver's more of a donkey guard.
Yeah, that is true.
He's a front donkey.
Donkey from the back. Yeah.
Have you ever had your oil checked when you got wrestled?
I mean, I'm not gonna say yes, but I keep myself lubricated.
I know about
alright?
that oil
So,
check.
Yeah,
I know
it's
about that
good.
life.
He did tell us about a time in his bouncy house one time they got a little weird.
Oh man, a time? That's all right. Things get weird on an indoor bouncy house, man. It gets tough.
It's true, man.
No, as far as stand up, I think you guys like definitely hit the thing is like find your stance and don't change it. Because the thing is, if you get your grips, you can change your opponent's stance by moving left and right. So you're going to be able to pull whichever leg you want to attack towards you. If you're looking for a foot sweep, you're looking for something.
Yeah.
That's always good. I kind of like to do the combo approach, kind of like Professor Berto was saying. Find find things that go well together. You
Yeah.
know, I'm kind of a taco heavy guy, so I like doing shakedowns a lot because sometimes people will fall, sometimes they won't. That leads me to a nice quick little ankle pick, hopefully get them down. So if you
Yeah.
can find something that allows you to work your game, keep your grips, and make your opponent play your game, that's gonna be the best approach. Don't overcomplicate it. You know, just basically what everybody else said. So. You
Coach
guys
Ricky's
are
finger's been up in
fucking.
the air here for a little
He
bit.
wants to say
Oh, that was a.
something.
That's from me. That's from me burping.
He wants to say,
That's from
yeah,
me
he's been. Are you? Yeah, you need.
I, honestly, I think he was like, Jesus, I'm gonna see you soon. I'm choking.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. Ricky was like
sorry,
slowly
Jesus.
dying over here.
Yeah. So what's up, Ricky?
Or you wanted to
Spit it out.
So one thing that I think is a good answer to his question is that you can always train very specific positions no matter what, right? So like he brought up side control, but that's still pretty vague, right? Like you could get more specific. You can say, okay, I'm gonna start side control with the
Crossface
arm over the
underhook.
head and then the other
Oh,
hand blocking the
blocking the
hip,
hip, yeah.
right? So then you get really good at that specific side control, and that's how you can make stand-up training. Like you could break it down into positions. For example, I like to shoot high crotch a lot. So I would start from a position where I would get high crotch. I'd be on the leg, right? I would already have the person down on one hip, but it's still not considered a takedown because they're not on their back, right? Like there's still an option that they can get they can get my back. So I would start from this position, and my whole goal would be if I can get my arm free and finish the takedown, I win. If they can get away, they win. All right. So this little type of specific training can help you break your stand-up game down. Right. If you're not trying to shoot at a leg, you can start with a very specific grip, right? Oh, let's say I have my rear hand, whichever one that is, on the collar and my other hand dominating the sleeve. Or, hey, how about you start dominating both of my sleeves, right? Like that type of training will help you see what you are looking for more.
You know where you're starting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you all right? Jeez.
Dang, oh goodness.
So does someone
I blacked out there.
does someone need to check your oil real quick? Are you good, bro?
Yeah.
Do you remember what you just said?
Are you adequately lubed to get the words
He's
out?
like Will
Yeah.
Ferrell in Old School. What happened?
Dude, we can't have someone dying on camera at the first show at the studio.
So I had a pretty traumatic second Houston Open. I faced one of the guys that's now going to be competing on Friday. He's a friend of mine now, but he's Christian.
Oh.
Yeah, he was tough.
Chris does?
Yeah, no, Christian.
Oh, no,
Yeah.
Christian Trent.
Yeah, and so like all respect to Christian, like
He's a tough opponent,
he
bro.
whipped my butt, man, in the Houston Open. But he started off the single, and so I get back to the gym on Monday, and I'm regrouping and I'm training.
He's a sandbagger though. He's not. What?
Yeah.
How old are you guys?
He's 32 or 33, I think.
not.
Lose 30 pounds, just stay away from him.
I ducked him. Yeah, I did. Yeah, I ducked him for the last Houston Open. Yeah, I still went down to lightweight to get the hell away
That is
from him.
the best
I
motivation
told him
ever right there,
I told
right?
him, I was like, hey man, I'm competing at lightweight, and he's like, oh yeah. I'm like, yeah, man. I want to be away from you, man. I don't want to be in your division anymore, bro.
He's
Respectful.
He's super athletic.
Yeah, great guy. Like I enjoy visiting with him every time I see him. I've trained with him a bunch of times since then. That's not the point of the story. The point of the story is that I get back.
But I want it to be known.
I get back to the gym, and so I see Professor Brandon, and he's like, "Hey, champ, how'd it go?" Because he calls you champ when you get the shit kicked out of you in the first round. Because he's a nice guy. Fair enough.
That too.
Student 2014, and
No, you're in wrestling class now, man.
and he
knows
said,
it.
"Well, yeah." So he goes, "What happened?" And I said, "Well, I got single legged." And he goes, "No, let me stop you right there. You never once have you ever been to my wrestling class." And I said, "Yeah, that's true." And he goes, "Well, I'll fix that. You won't get single legged anymore." And I was like, "Well, some other stuff happened, you know." And he's like, "No. You shouldn't have gotten single legged.
Focus on that.
Come to the wrestling class." And so I started going to the wrestling class, and that was when I went to my first wrestling class. I've been going I went regularly for a year, and then now I go kind of off and on because Wednesdays are no good for me. But
Yeah, you're recently married, right?
That
Yeah.
class is
It's a great class.
Is the class I missed the most from when I was
Great
just
class.
a student.
Yeah. Same.
great class.
Like the class I'm unable to attend
teaching
because of my
children.
duties. Yeah, because we're teaching. But like,
Yeah. It's gnarly.
I missed that.
A gnarly
That
class,
was
man.
really, really good.
Yeah.
And I think
It's gotten huge, yeah.
Yeah, and I think consistency. People see other people consistent in doing it and getting better because it helps
Yeah.
them in the match.
The
with
group
scrambles,
gets
body awareness.
yeah, the
Absolutely.
group
Yeah.
gets consistent.
Big
Yeah,
time.
you're like-
And you motivate each other.
Yeah.
Because then you're like, yo, we didn't see you last Wednesday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a great class.
Yeah, you also get this like this attitude of like I really have 3 seconds to try to get up if the person does take me down,
Uh-huh.
and that translates over to jujitsu too. Because like sometimes you'll try to pass someone's guard and you'll be so close, and then it seems like they let you.
Yeah.
Right. Sometimes people have this like, oh, you got it.
You got it.
Right.
No.
But in the wrestling class,
Yeah.
Professor Brandon will yell at
Yeah.
you if you do that.
Spike his head off the ground.
Yeah, and so like everyone has this attitude in the wrestling class of like,
Yeah.
I have 3 seconds to try to get up,
Yeah.
and
People don't realize how
if
long
I
3
can, I
seconds is.
will.
Yeah.
One.
3 seconds is a long time.
It's slightly
Yeah.
more than 2.
long
No,
time.
it's
2.4.
it's true. So the 3 second thing, right? So it's a really, really long time in here in your brain. But when you're perceiving it from the outside world, it's very short. This is why it's such an interesting amount of time. So when you are doing public speaking, if you're a nervous public speaker, one of the things that you should do is you should bend your knees, right? And you should wiggle your toes.
Never like
And then you should say your first few words, and then you should wait 3 seconds. And then you should say more words. Because then you own your pauses. And if you own your pauses, then you own people's attention.
See,
Also-
I think
also
somebody.
advice.
I think what happened was. So I think Ricky's problem is somebody told him instead of 3 seconds, 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Somebody told Ricky you have to make 30-second pauses.
Yeah.
So Ricky's like, hey guys.
Yeah. No.
So the other day, like so
Ricky,
the other
man.
day,
Ricky.
I was at
Tell
I
him-
was
tell
at
him to
school.
Shut up.
Right?
I like the way you talk because it means I get to
so
spend more
how
time
does
with
Ricky
you.
tell stories though? What is his? All right, so normal stories have a beginning,
Middle
middle,
end.
and an end.
Ricky's have a beginning, a prequel,
Ricky's stories are a trilogy.
then a sequel to the prequel,
Oh,
but
yeah.
not the beginning,
Because you have to explain it.
and then
What the fuck?
you're gonna
Ricky?
get into the story.
Do you
Wait, not
speak
yet,
in
though, not yet,
Borderlands?
I like,
because
what the fuck, dude?
Somewhere in there,
It's a pre-sequel.
somewhere in the middle of all that, he'll forget his point.
Hey, that's pretty true.
You should start your stories by telling what the ending is first.
Yeah, so that way people
Oh
have
no,
to stick around.
I do that. I do that sometimes. Like I tell people my stories differently, like depending on who they are, because people are at different reading levels.
That's the key.
So you should start off. You should be like. So I told him if he wants to get inside, he's gonna have to buy me a beer, and then it's a story about how you invited your friend back to play Nintendo.
That's the key to effective storytelling, right? Is you're going to tell them what you're going to tell them, then you tell them what you told them. That's effective storytelling.
Fucking bars, bro.
Yeah.
I felt like that story needed a beat right there.
Were you rapping?
No, you tell them what you're going to tell them, you tell them, then you told them. Tell them what you're going to tell them, then you tell them, then you told them. Yeah.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
That was too good.
Yeah.
We should do this.
Yeah.
That was too
It's good. It's good. Yeah. The other
We did really good with the mouth stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. The other thing that you do is you always begin with the end in mind. You have to begin with it. This is rule number 2 of Stephen Covey's 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. Just every day you should wake up and you should think, what do I want these people to say about me at my funeral, right? And then you go to your job and you go at
I
the
don't
end
want
of
people at my funeral.
At the end of I always tell people I want my very last check to bounce.
That'd be
I want the
amazing.
last one I write to be like, this motherfucker.
But it's gonna be the one for your fucking gravestone, so it's gonna go back.
No,
It's just gonna say blank.
it's gonna be private lessons.
Berto's like, oh sweet, I can buy a suit to go to his funeral. Womp womp.
Boing.
Now,
There's a lot of zeros in it. Oh, that Joker.
I thought it was odd when he paid for 3 years of
3
private lessons
years,
up front.
3 years, bro.
Man.
You know, one thing that I think causes my really, really long pauses, I don't know if you remember this, but I used to have a really, really bad stutter.
You have a stutter?
I had a huge stutter when I was
Yeah.
a little kid.
You got to sell it properly. You got a remix.
This is
bro.
also why he has a really big pet peeve about getting interrupted, because he stuttered so bad, everybody fucking interrupted him as a
Yeah.
kid. So he just got
Yeah.
got fucking sick of
But
it.
also during like Thanksgiving and Christmas,
interrupt
I
me.
would see my family members like discuss a topic, and they would like it would just be so mind numbing how dumb it got, and it was just like I need to chime in to say something,
Oh, I usually walk away.
right? But I could never get my word in, and generally it was because I was the youngest. Not only am I the
Is
youngest
that
in
why
the
you're a
immediate
good
family.
writer?
What?
Is that right? Why you're a good writer? You think you had to like be able to
Just stop and
express-
pause.
Maybe.
It's a,
It's a
different
written
medium
word.
for getting your thoughts and feelings across.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, my family, I'm the youngest, not just in my immediate family, but out of like all my cousins.
Yeah.
And so,
Is there a lot of you guys?
yeah,
Yeah.
there was. But
Why is
so,
that funny? I was a legit question.
So it's racist. That's why, and racism is always hilarious.
What? I was being culturally inquisitive. All right.
You assumed that
I
some
assumed,
Browns.
I assumed
had a
Ricky would know
bunch of
the answer about
cousins.
that. All right.
When you say it like that,
Jeez, man. Although I do still find it offensive that my Gracie Baja card says Brown on it. Like it kind of. Anyway,
Cold,
continue,
man.
Ricky.
it does say fuck.
I'm sorry.
no, that was pretty much the end. Like, I'm the youngest, and so everyone always interrupted me because I was the youngest.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think how many cousins we have on each side.
I have 31 on my father's
Oh,
side.
fuck,
What
you got
the-
way more than
Yeah.
we do.
Yeah.
Dude, what is your
Jesus.
what
Irish
happened? to
Irish
your-
Catholic.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
that
you
whiskey.
can't use birth control because
Whiskey,
Jesus
yep.
doesn't like it.
Yep, whiskey,
Yeah.
whiskey, and cold nights.
It's like, yeah. So think about this. All right. So in 1944, my grandfather was 24 years old, standing amongst the ruins of Panzer tanks in Europe, and then 10 years later, he had 8 children and 2 more that were going to be born, and he also had a PhD in pharmacology and was a professor in college.
Fuck
That's
yeah.
a lot of change in 10 years.
Yeah, but
man.
if you get to the point where you're
Yeah.
like dealing with Panzer tanks and going through that shit, you're like, you know
Yeah.
what? I should like things can
Yeah.
happen. I should probably live life to the fullest.
Yeah.
I'm gonna fucking go to
No,
school.
man. No, I mean, dude, he came back and like everybody was dead, right? We lost 500,000 in World War II.
Yeah.
Not like the Russians. The
No.
Russians-
Oh
Yeah,
shit. No,
yeah.
they lost 26 million.
Yeah.
They say the
Yeah.
Russian women are so used to getting treated badly because there were so few men
Yeah.
that they just had to put up with whatever.
Yeah.
Because
Oh, yeah.
they didn't have enough men to go
Yeah.
around.
Yeah.
So the men would just treat the women like shit.
The Germans
Just take
lost
it.
12 or
Nowadays, they'd all
13
be
million.
lesbians.
Send them
Yeah.
this way,
No,
Russia.
it's illegal
Yeah.
in Russia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Well,
so if you listen
In Russia,
yeah. If you
Mother
if you
Russia.
listen to how the Russians
We
treated
have
their
quite a few
their
Russian fans on this podcast. So
Do we?
be easy.
Oh, shout
Yeah,
out!
well,
shout
no.
out to Mother Russia.
No, okay, so
just joking.
yeah,
Oh.
if you think about like
Spread the word.
they would say like, okay, you know, if we were advancing on an enemy position, we could expect to take 45% casualties.
Yeah,
All right.
that's acceptable.
So there's
That's
no
crazy, man.
there's no enemy position. However, this is a minefield. But it's just like clearing an enemy position. And so let's just have our soldiers march through the minefield. And if we suffer less than 40% casualties, then we've done well. So they just have their soldiers.
Win-win.
You know,
Yeah.
airborne operations even worse. And actually, urban combat, they say 60% in urban combat, and this was before
Yeah.
Iraq and Afghanistan. That's what the doctrine would say.
Yeah.
60% of casualty in urban combat is acceptable.
Oh my God.
Good lord,
oh my
man,
God.
that is insane.
Yeah.
We actually went into urban combat.
You said
Man.
60%. You said
Yeah.
urban.
So like
Urban, yeah.
like Stalingrad.
Okay.
That's inside the
Yeah.
loop.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like
within
in
610.
the city.
I can't even say the word Stalingrad without like experiencing
Thinking of
chills.
Gates?
Yeah.
Oh my
Or
God.
You're like the one that's given the ammo. You're like, shit.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, it was so bad, man. I would I'd shout out to another podcast, right? To Dan Carlin, Hardcore History. The Armageddon. I forget the name of it, but it's something Armageddon. It's all about the Eastern Front of World War II. So you know the Americans. Everybody thinks like, oh, the Americans, World War II. I mean, respect, but we didn't do shit, right? The Russians, like they killed like 12 million Germans and they lost like
They're the ones that
26
invaded Berlin.
They did everything,
Well,
man.
that's just because
yeah.
we stopped
Yeah. Well, Patton
It
stopped.
was part of the deal.
Yeah, Patton stopped.
It was part of the deal.
Yeah. Patton said, it's a shame what happened to Berlin. I think I could have taken the city and left it mostly intact. Yeah. But yeah, it's you have to listen to it.
Patton wanted to go in. He wanted to be the
He wanted it. Yeah, he
Yeah.
wanted it. Well, that's, with those alpha male types, like that's how it is. It's like, I want it.
Eisenhower stopped him.
Yeah. Yeah. What a trip, man. So I made some notes.
Oh, notes. What kind of
notes.
notes?
I got some notes. Yeah.
Shit.
Man,
Yeah.
speaking of
Notes.
notes, speaking of the Russians and Germans, you know how I found out that it was the Germans that actually invaded? It was the Russians that actually invaded Berlin. It was through one of the Call of Duty
Call of
games.
Duty.
I was about to
Call of Duty. Yeah.
Because
COD?
it's one of the Call of Duties where like you either play the Americans through the Pacific campaign,
Yeah.
Oh.
or you play a Russian going
Well, that's like
to
one of,
Germany.
one of the last
Yeah.
missions.
They also have Operation Market Garden.
Market Garden.
A bridge
Yeah.
too far.
Bastogne.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah,
who
101st
remember
Airborne.
They had to go take the bridge,
Yeah.
and they couldn't make it in time. Like
Bastogne, isn't that in God damn it.
Band
it's
of
like
Brothers.
It's like Band of
Yeah,
Brothers.
it
That's
is.
in there,
Yeah.
right?
So since they weren't able to go into Germany because of that failed operation, Market Garden, they had to stay in Bastogne for the winter.
Yeah.
And so that freezing time,
Trees
all
exploding
because
over
of
their
that
heads.
failed Operation, which was led by British Field Marshal.
I like that you pointed at Oliver.
I like that you pointed at me
I like
too.
that you were like, this
Yeah.
fucking.
Well, that's
fucking-
no, I
Hey,
like-
thanks for all of our losses.
That's-
Hey,
Thank you for that.
No, you're welcome for
That's-
this.
Appreciate it.
You're welcome for this country.
They had the American position surrounded at Bastogne.
Enjoy your iced tea, motherfucker. Oh, we're gonna be fucking fancy. You just put fucking ice in the shit we brought you. Fuck off.
Well, I
No,
mean,
no, you're welcome.
We
Thanks,
did throw it over the ship
Yeah.
into the harbor because of the tax.
That's how you make tea. You mix it with water.
Not salt water.
You're
Not
like,
salt
we love-
water.
Well,
Yeah. Yeah. You know what the best part of
it
the
wasn't
story
y'all.
is?
It
though?
was the Native
Is
Americans.
that, yeah,
remember?
is that the Americans dressed up like Native Americans
Yeah.
to do it? That's the best
Oh,
part.
that's the best.
Is they dressed up like some fake ass Cherokees and
Man,
this
and you
cultural
got us
appropriation.
too.
Yeah,
we
it wasn't-
totally thought
They
it
got
was
y'all,
y'all.
dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
fuck.
It was like a bunch of white dudes in powdered wigs, but with like a feather sticking out of the back of their powdered wig.
I'm pretty sure we walked up and we're like, these honky. Oh wait. Oh no, they're Native Americans.
these
Carry
are
on.
these are clearly
Yeah.
Algonquin.
Here's some blankets. Yeah.
These are
Some
yeah,
blankets.
these are Iroquois.
That's That's no. Yeah. Good
So
old
I
history.
wanted
Thanks,
to
guys.
I wanted to relay to you the story of the most humiliating submission that I've ever been placed in, which recently happened to me. And
How recent?
like last week.
Oh, beautiful.
Week before last. And then I wanted to. It was so humiliating. And so
Whoa.
then I wanted to inquire. No, okay. So as I'm in the fundamentals class and I'm rolling with like no stripe white belts, I always like to give them a clue. Like, hey man, don't just run in a circle while my legs are locked around you. You're not. It doesn't matter how fast you run.
Right.
You're never going to run through my leg.
Or like grab my pants,
Yeah.
not my
You should-
fucking skin.
Yeah, you should probably like maybe I don't know, try and fix my position to the mat and then open my legs and then go around them. That might be a better idea than like you're not the Flash. You're not so fast that you're gonna just run. And
Where'd he
you're
go?
just gonna suddenly be on the other side of my leg when they're
Could
locked
the
around
Flash
you.
run through?
Yeah.
I think I,
Yeah,
I
he
think
can-
I think that's for I
one
think
of-
that's for a different episode.
One
Yeah.
of Flash's
Yeah.
abilities was that he can vibrate so fast that he can go through the molecules.
Wow, that's very fast. So anyway, so
Cool story, bro.
is.
Continue.
so anyways, so I'm training.
Irrelevant. Let's
This
just
is
Yeah.
true.
man.
This is a one stripe white belt, and so I'm starting in the closed guard
Not
or
the
whatever.
Flash.
Yeah, and so I'm like, he's like, what do I do? And I'm like, well, you might want to think about maybe like getting your hand in my collar and breaking down my posture, or like maybe trying to cross my arm over and go into my back, or like maybe trying to force me to put my hands on the mat and then attacking my arms, right? So like just do something, right? Don't just don't do nothing. Do something, defend
less,
yourself
do less. Well, now
intelligently.
you're
or
just
whatever.
laying there.
And he goes, okay, all right, I think I got an idea. And I go, okay, all right, slap hands, bump fists, go. And he, bless you, and he jumps up and he gets his legs out and then wraps both of his legs around my head. Not like a triangle because none of my arms are in.
Yeah, but you can do a norm triangle.
Yeah, it was. But what it really was,
teepee choke.
it was a muffler, but it was like a taint muffler.
Wait, so he's on top. Wait a minute. He's on
He's
top.
on bottom.
Oh, he's on bottom.
He's on bottom.
Okay.
And he pulls my head into his taint and locks his
so
legs around my head.
He put an exhaust flap over your mouth,
Bro,
huh?
and I am fighting because fuck No, you're not.
He didn't have his hand in the collar. He wasn't like actually like
Grabbing-
doing the norm.
grabbing the back of the head.
Just grabbing the back of the head. Okay.
Grabbing the back of the head. But so like I wasn't being choked.
Are you pulling out a
being
hair from?
muffled?
Are you still pulling out a hair
Is
from
this
the,
one of his
from the
hairs that you're
submission?
pulling out? Is that one of the?
Is that what made
hairs?
you think about it? You're like, there he is.
But I couldn't breathe
Yeah.
because all of my face was jammed in his fucking taint.
Was it his taint or was it his nuts?
It was like his taint and his nuts and his butthole.
It was probably-
it was
no,
all of
dude.
it. I got a big face. Look at my
dude,
face.
It was probably just his nuts.
It was a power trio.
It was probably just his nuts. You did not get underneath his nut sack. Put your face on his taint. Like it was probably just his nuts.
Well,
on
he's
your face.
fighting, so they're
And
probably
it's a pants.
they're
It's
probably
pants actually.
sucked up. You know, it's probably. I don't know if your nuts are hanging super low. I mean,
Nobody pulls.
Mine are, I'm
Nobody
old.
pulls their
Yeah.
nuts up as they put on tight underwear.
He did not pull his nut.
So that
don't
means that
think
you're not
people do
gonna
that.
you're not gonna be on his taint.
But you can't say nobody.
Okay,
you don't
so-
know.
Yeah.
Wait till
Normally,
you get, wait till you get older,
most
Berto.
people would not pull their nuts up as they put on their underwear.
Like if Oliver has to teach a
Yeah.
seminar, what else is he gonna
yeah,
show?
what else is he gonna show?
Dude, yeah.
I
like,
fight and I fight and I fight and I fight and I
It's
fight the
basically how to
good
rest
fight.
in North South for
Right.
45 minutes.
I'm like, I'm fighting for my own personal honor and integrity, but I'm also fighting for the honor of the gym. And I tapped. I had to tap.
Man, that's
I had to
nuts.
tap out to it.
It happens.
Yeah, and I was like, this dude just tapped me with a taint muffler.
You
It
should
hurt.
name it that.
That's what it was.
Was it?
But
Yeah.
at least he didn't do the hockey.
He didn't hockey guard me.
Hockey,
Yeah,
hockey,
dude, hockey
hockey guard with the taint muffler?
If he had pulled,
Damn.
That would have been funny.
if he had just pulled my fucking gi up over my head. Oh,
You need to go
With
talk to that guy,
the
see if he
hockey taint
can
muffler.
get us a seminar going.
Yeah.
That'd be good.
That's purebred white belt move.
Yeah, hockey guard. I still do it.
I have an
Still
embarrassing
works.
story about like an embarrassing submission.
This is when your
Alright.
dick popped out?
This is when my dick never popped
Can
out.
I tell that story?
But it didn't pop out.
Can I tell
like,
the story?
Like
The one
I don't know if this
Ricky,
is any
I
better.
saw
It was
it.
my nuts.
No.
Joke with his dick out.
No, this is a story of before we were training at Gracie Baja.
So look, I
Oh, man.
your dick popped out.
no, my dick did not pop out.
I remember
because
it did pop out
the whole
because the guy said, "Is that your dick?" The guy pointed at it and said, "Is that your dick?" And you said, "Oh shit, my bad." And then y'all continued to roll. This happened at the YMCA.
Did he say, is that your dick, or did he say, is that a dick?
He said, "Is that a dick?"
Yeah, is that a dick? You're like, yes.
Oh,
Is
yeah,
it
that's my
yours?
buddy.
Maybe. Yeah, maybe.
I got it. That was.
I've got a spare just in
Okay,
case.
let's let him finish.
not that this makes it any better, but it was my
It's definitely not going to make it worse.
Because look,
was
the
the
hole,
tip of your penis,
the
I
hole,
remember.
no, because the hole was not in front of. They were board shorts, so board shorts have like a thing, and they have like a zipper.
No, it was because your shorts were torn.
They were torn, but they weren't torn there. They were torn like where the
Yeah, no, show the camera. Come on, get up there.
they were torn where like all the stitching meets underneath.
Is it actually located in the same taint area that tapped Austin previously?
If you look at any pair of shorts, the stitching meets
You're talking about the stitching below the fly.
yeah, the stitching below the fly, that's what was ripped. And so my nuts came out, which is still like equally as embarrassing. And the guy did say, "Is that your dick?" Which like I could have replied, "No, those are my nuts."
So how smooth is your nutsack, bro? Because like, I have never had my wrinkly ass nutsack
Porcelain.
confused with my smooth ass dick.
So my memory, my memory has
His dick's got a mustache.
the
Dude,
Ricky's dick
hold
popping
on.
out.
Ricky, if you could shave your pubes to match your mustache, we have to have a pic. That would be amazing. Because the carpet would match it.
No, what I think is amazing still is that whether it was his dick or whether it was one of his nuts or tip of his nut, I don't know, but he just tucked it in, and they kept rolling.
Yeah, dude, hashtag everyday porada. That's what it is, bro.
Everyday pojada.
Everyday
yeah.
pojada.
Absolutely.
Hey, honestly, we didn't even know. We just trying to find somewhere to roll. We walked in the YMCA,
Oh
and
my
they had
God.
like a couple mats that you could.
Hey, do you want to roll? No, I
on.
want to pinch and roll. It's good stuff.
Well,
man.
so
shit.
let's play this out the other way, right? If
Yeah, no, let's change this up.
If you stopped.
the nuts came out and I stopped and I was like, I brought it up. I'm like, hey man,
These are my nuts.
You see these? Like you didn't know what you were getting into, huh?
Jealous much?
So, but that's not. Is that a DQ or is that because like if something falls out of your gi?
Yeah, that's a
technically
DQ.
it's
No, no,
Yeah.
no. The other guy gets an advantage.
Yeah.
Unless they're bigger. If he pulls his out and yours are bigger, then you get the advantage.
Berto's creeping on the side, just waiting to throw a yellow card. He's like, I just want to see some nuts.
They take your sleeves, your collar, your nuts.
Head, shoulders, taint, and
So
nuts.
for
Yeah, good stuff.
if Ricky ever has a super fight, we're gonna need Professor Brandon to make 2 gi pants with flies on them, so that him and his opponent can actually have a fly.
I wanna see
maybe
a-
we'll see some nuttage.
Gi pants with a built-in athletic supporter for
No.
Ricky.
Hey, one thing that was really, really weird though is one time I got away with
weirder?
a timeout during a tournament.
Okay.
Cause my shorts were coming down, right? Like my ass was about to start showing, and so I was also in a guillotine. By the way, I was in a guillotine, and it was from closed guard, and so the dude kept trying to climb up my back, like he kept trying to climb his legs.
So the heel kept
And-
getting in your pants.
Yeah, the heel
Yeah.
kept like pulling down my pants, and so I
hate
did
foot
this.
stuff.
I called timeout. I was just like this, and the ref stopped it.
What?
And I was like,
so what year was this Naga competition? Yeah, was this at Naga?
no, this was not at Naga, but it was like 2011 or 2012. And
Grand Prix.
yeah, and I was just like this, and he stopped, and like no one said a thing. I was like, my ass is about to show, and he was like, okay, fix your pants. I fixed my pants. And he's like, all right, you have to start in the guillotine, and I was like, okay. And I did, and I got away, and I ended
Nice.
up winning. And I'm
Nice.
sure that dude is now like, fuck that guy. He should never have called timeout. I should have won.
What belt?
White belt.
Okay. Yeah, no, that dude quit when he got a blue belt.
Yeah, that's all right. Yeah, he's not one of you.
Yeah.
He's no longer with us.
Oh, he died?
And look,
Shit, Oliver.
look.
Hey,
Someone's got to deliver the bad
This
news.
man, I gotta tell you, this beer is terrific.
Oh yeah.
I know, right?
man,
I've been taking.
It tastes just like Miller Lite.
No, it
It's
does not.
unbelievably
No, it does
good.
not taste like Miller Lite. It tastes
it
like a
does.
delicious
So good.
honey wheat beer.
Man.
And somebody put the fucking can on the thing.
Yeah,
it's
like,
it's not the
can we-
beer of the episode, but that is such a dope Houston can right
Yeah.
there.
Oh shit, it's 7%.
Yes, sir.
Right on.
Mine says El Jefe.
Oh, you have the wrong one.
Oh, who has the wrong one?
Man.
I thought this one was good too.
Well, good.
I've only had one.
Good.
Is that no label?
Yeah.
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 I think there's one more left.
This
if
is
anyone
also
wants
Well,
good.
good. So we got some
I'll take it if you're
mileage
throwing
out
them
of the taint muffler. That's good. That makes
Yeah,
sense.
no, that's good.
Oh,
We
yeah.
definitely had some taint ball talk. Whoa, Ricky. Ricky's
Ricky,
like,
Ricky's hands are in there. Hang
we're
on a
not
second.
leaving yet.
my embarrassing submission. So if
Oh, it wasn't your dick.
Wait, one
that
of,
wasn't a submission.
well, it sounds like you submitted your dick out for
You de-
viewing.
you definitely dominated your opponent.
Your
Yeah.
dick was out for submission.
No, it was with Robert Sanchez, and I was.
Oh,
no
UFC
names.
fighter.
No names.
You're a UFC fighter.
No, he's a UFC fighter.
Fuck that guy.
No
And
names.
He's a,
like,
he's, a,
Whoa.
he's a public guy.
if anyone has
Robert's
ever
amazing,
trained
dude.
with
He's
him,
super cool.
you know that he's ridiculously strong.
Yeah.
And I tried to pendulum sweep him, right? So when my hand went underneath his knee, he clamped down on it, right? And he was keeping it there. So it was really hard for me to get the arm out.
At the pit of the knee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I'm still a little bit sideways on him too. So what he does is while my arm is stuck, he has 2 free hands.
Uh-huh.
He just kind of cups my arm underneath the elbow
Yeah.
and starts to pull it up.
Like a hammer lock.
So Kimura style.
No, like
Oh,
No.
you'd be here, so it'd be
Yeah,
Americana
like your
style.
your
No.
arm is pinned. He grabs.
He-
Oh,
look,
like an
look,
arm
look,
bar.
Oh.
look, it's just clamped underneath the
His
knee.
leg?
I couldn't
Yeah.
get it out, and he just did this. I couldn't stop him either. He just went like this.
Yeah.
Man, you know
I
what's
thought
funny
I
is
thought you had
I-
it like you were
I-
coming from under, and then
No, I actually almost hit that on somebody today.
Yeah?
Like that.
Yeah,
I got it
that
stuck,
arm
but
bar?
They were able
Modified
to. They were
straight.
able to pull
Yeah.
them out.
that's cool.
It can be difficult because, I mean, you have your legs around the person's waist, so you could like shift their weight just enough to pull your arm out. But I mean,
Yeah.
Robert's got that
He
clamp
was a
on.
higher belt than you too
Yeah.
at the time, right?
Yeah, I think I was
He's
a
a
purple
professional.
belt.
And there was no tinks involved.
There
No
was
tank
yeah,
shit.
my nuts did not come out.
Ricky,
You didn't end up in a sexual position.
True.
Wait, so your embarrassing submission was that a guy who's like a UFC fighter and like an awesome black belt submitted
Yeah.
you with an arm bar?
Dude,
Yeah.
dude, but like
Get
this
the fuck out of here. A white
Right.
belt put his taint on my
this
face.
asshole, right?
So,
My wife submitted me.
did you want it to happen?
I mean, consent's the way around it, right? That's all I'm saying.
My most
If you always say yes, you never lose.
my most embarrassing submission happened.
Onomatopoeia.
It happened against Crew Jonathan back when he was still training grappling.
Okay. All right.
I mean, the man has been training for
Ever?
over a decade. He has incredible skill on the
He's
ground,
amazing.
standing up.
Super strong, super technical.
But he caught me with what's called the Boss Rutan choke, which isn't even a choke. Okay, so Jonathan is an incredibly strong guy.
Yes.
So the Boss Rutan choke is pretty much you compress the person's chest, like you fold them so that they cannot inhale, and so you run out of air pretty much, and you suffocate. The way it works is you have to figure.
Crucifix almost, right?
You have to
And
figure you're in a headlock position with the arm trapped. So I have the head and the arm underneath, right? And I put the hand on my inner thigh. And then I grab the leg. I
Yep.
weave my arm through the legs on this side, grab my inner thigh, and then I close everything in like this. So he's
Yeah.
like
Accordion.
over his back.
Yeah.
And he is a huge, strong man.
Yeah, he's a huge dude.
And I was like, motherfucker. I think I was a brown belt.
Yeah.
And I was just like, God damn, I couldn't get out. I ran out of air. I
Yeah.
had to tap.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not embarrassing in the sense that, like, who tapped me with it. It's
Yeah.
the sense that it's not really
Not
a
really
choke.
Yeah.
Right? It's
But you couldn't breathe.
it's a body compression.
Yeah.
And I just
pressure.
I just fucked up, let myself get in there, and I was just like, I cannot believe I got caught by
The
that.
man can pick up 700 pounds.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
He's an insane.
he actually does that for fun.
It's
which is
He
fucking
reps
insane.
out 600 pounds on squats.
it's
Like it's insane.
it's raw ursine power.
I think
know
if
if that
power-
if I add up every
So
squat
a-
I did, it doesn't hit
A
600.
dog is canine.
Uh-huh.
A cat is feline. A bear is ursine.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he's Ursan.
Yeah.
Well,
I got
yeah,
you.
that's.
So you have one too?
Esai's like,
Embarrassing.
I've only
He's
ever
like, bro,
won.
I don't tap.
Yeah.
He's like, I've only embarrassed.
Yeah.
He's I've only embarrassed. I've only embarrassed other people.
No, I did.
Because I got groped and he did this hand gesture.
I have. Okay, yes, I've had got my shit tugged.
I know you got oil checked real bad.
But I did get my own.
I know you get oil checked real
This
bad.
one time.
But he didn't submit to it. He didn't submit though.
No.
That's right. He didn't
It was
submit.
just some random dude bigger
Just
than
clinch
me,
up when that happens.
and he was strong.
Turkish oil wrestling. You gotta get your grip. You gotta get your
Grip one way or another.
So imagine I'm going for a high crotch, right? And I'm like going for it hard. So
You
he
imagining,
goes
Ricky?
over my body, and next thing I know, like I don't know how deep he went. All
Is
I
he your
know-
boyfriend?
All I know is that I clenched up and I let go of the leg.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, hey, honestly, if your timing is correct and you clinch, it's basically wrist control, so you'll be all
Yeah.
right.
That's what I was
Yeah.
thinking.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
might have broke his thumb.
The Brock Sanson. that dude shows up to class later on, taped up fingers. What happened? Isai?
Yeah, he's like, I don't know,
I still
but
got a finger in there. I think.
he's like, I don't know. When the poop came out, it had a thumbnail on
He's
it.
like, bro. He's like, I hate this grip work.
Band-Aid was
This is
holding the nail
insane.
on. It's this week I found a Band-Aid.
Isai shits a Band-Aid 2 days later. He's like, what the fuck?
What about you, Oliver and Zach? Y'all have a embarrassing story?
Dude, I get submitted constantly, but I wouldn't say embarrassing, but I tapped to a body scissor, body lock, I guess.
Oh,
in guard,
fuck.
like, you know.
Oh, from guard?
Yeah, like.
Bro, you gotta turn sideways.
No, I was sideways. That was the thing. So I was doing standard guard opening, boom, and the guy slid his legs up and just scissored. I'm sitting there, I'm like, so that was a good day.
Super strong dude.
He had soccer thighs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That means he had very athletic
I
legs.
don't know this British
Sorry,
slang.
he had football thighs. There he goes.
Are we talking about?
I thought you were gonna say like, yes, she had very strong legs.
Oh no! I've already told you my embarrassing story about having to like one of my wrestling tournaments in California. I had to go up against a girl and started down on the knees and do the wraparound elbow belly. Well, as soon as we did that, like I got called up. She was down. I was like, I don't know what the fuck to do.
They should check your.
Oh no, because like I straight up went down there. I put my hand on the elbow.
Wait, you were in top position?
Yeah, I was in top. But it was like really awkward. So like I went down. We're obviously rocking the unitards.
Yeah.
And I went and as soon as I touched belly, she
yeah.
moved and like dug her arm
Guilt
deep,
rape?
deep. Look, I'm not here to stop anybody's dreams. All right.
Yeah.
So, look, if you've got goals, I'm here to help you achieve them.
Bro, I'm kind of liking this story.
Yeah.
Keep going.
Well, it's funny now, but like it
Yeah.
was very uncomfortable then.
What else did she do?
Well, after dinner,
Does your wife know
She-
about this?
yeah, no, she recorded it. So that's how I'm like we posted it on YouPorn.
Yeah.
That's why I'm rolling in the dough right now, man.
Yeah. Hey,
So-
You porn.
But anyway, yeah,
still
I
getting
had-
them royalties,
I'm
baby.
just, I'm just
British
saying,
guy
yeah.
rapes chick.
No, basically, no. It's Jesus Christ, man. You can at least say British guy tries to use his wit and charm. It doesn't go so well, but he still gets laid. Like, sell it properly, man. I don't like the R word.
Ricky?
I mean, 50% of the. Yeah, we'll get into that. Yeah, no. So, no. Basically, I had some buff wrestling chick wear me like a fucking hand puppet for a minute. It was kind of weird.
That man. Well, as a married guy, that sounds terrible.
Well, no, as a married guy, sometimes you got to spice it up.
But,
Wait about 3 years into your marriage, man.
But I know a guy named Austin that used to not be married, and that sounds fucking dope.
That
Hey.
unmarried Austin would probably
Yeah.
pay a good $25 to see some shit like that.
That unmarried Austin definitely follows all those really jacked Icelandic chicks on Instagram.
Yeah,
Used
Yeah.
to.
yeah.
Formerly.
Well, no. There's single Austins out there that do
Oh,
that.
they're single Austin.
Yeah.
Like that one guy. There's a white belt. That's
Yeah, there
named
is.
Austin.
Oh wait, he's a glorious Icelandic
guy.
chick.
Yeah, no, that dude follows all the Icelandic chicks.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just look over his shoulder when he's scrolling through.
That's what creeper status is usually the best approach to stuff like that.
Got to. Man, I remember we had a bartender, and he was like, "Yo, look at this chick on Instagram," and I was like, "Oh, okay." And I double touched it, and it had a heart on it.
Yeah.
This is before I knew how to use Instagram.
Yeah.
And he was like, "What the fuck, bro?" And he like double touched it.
You did that on purpose.
Yeah.
You
That's
did
the
it on
worst thing
purpose.
No,
you do
I
when you're
did
creeping.
not.
Was it like 54 weeks back?
Yeah, you know what the rest of the story is. He's like, I double touched that, and now I married his girlfriend.
No, he like I double touched, and he's like, "Bro, my wife can see that." And I was like, "You're showing me this chick on Instagram right now," and he's like, "Yeah, but I don't follow her. I'm just looking at her." I'm like,
That's weird.
Your wife can see if you double touch and like something, but she
See-
can't see if you're just looking at her.
I have two problems with that. One,
Yeah,
people need followers, so just like her page.
yeah,
Two,
just follow her.
Two, like,
Yeah,
if you have a goal of wanting to see this chick, man, like, go after it. Just fucking
yeah.
follow her, dude.
Yeah.
Like, don't pussyfoot around it.
Nope.
yeah.
Yeah.
I just
Nope.
in my whole life I had never ever. I was like, wait a minute. So she goes through your Instagram to see who you like, and then you're in trouble. It's like, bro, that's the police state, man.
Yeah.
You're living under Big Brother, right? That's not a marriage. That's
See-
that's prison.
yeah, that's why. See,
Like something. It's just.
Yeah, that's not cool.
It's slightly obsessive.
Yeah, like
I
maybe
mean,
maybe
there-
I liked it because that dude in the background was high fiving a dog. Maybe it didn't have
Whoa.
nothing to do with the thong.
Whoa.
Yeah, I like when dudes high five dogs.
This is a really weird conversation. What was her
I got
Instagram
one,
handle?
Okay.
I got two embarrassing.
Let's hear this.
Well, anytime that Professor Lucas flies you through the air is embarrassing.
Yeah,
You know, it's
yeah.
expected, it's still embarrassing.
That's
Yeah.
not a submission though.
No,
But you submit to
one
frequent flyer
submission
miles.
That has was actually before I started training jiu-jitsu. When I was in the military, you take a combatives class, and one of the like final things is they basically break you up into two different teams, and you line up in your team by weight, like
165ers
smallest
and
weight-
below?
No, just
Okay.
like what do you weigh? What do you weigh? You just get in line from like smallest to heaviest. And
Yeah.
so is the other. So it's the first two smallest guys, and then the next guys, and the
Yeah.
next guys, and the next guys. So you don't know who you're going to go up against. Just should be around your same weight.
Okay.
So I get up against this guy, and I go to guard, and I have him on my guard, and he can't do anything, he can't pass. But then he kind of smothers me and puts his hand over my mouth.
The
Oh,
muffler.
the muffler.
Yeah, and I couldn't do anything.
You can't do
I had to
anything.
tap.
Yeah, the muffler,
I
dude.
was super embarrassed.
Yeah.
And they're like, did that guy just like put his hand over your mouth? I was like, yeah, what the fuck? And they were like, yeah, that was pretty shitty.
That's a bullshit
Alright,
move.
Yeah.
Next, like,
Yeah.
but I was pretty embarrassed by that. 'cause-
That's a
I don't know,
competition
man.
move right there, man.
I mean, people lost in the semifinals of the EBI, black belts with the muffler. So
Dude.
like,
yeah, Craig Jones does it a lot.
I have
yeah.
there's people that
I think he uses it to force them to do something outrageous, and then he attacks them.
Yeah.
He doesn't submit
Freak
people
out for
like
sure.
that,
Yeah.
but it's to make it, it's to force
to
them.
give something up.
Yeah, and it scrambles your brain. It really does.
Well, whenever you're new to it,
Yeah.
grappling,
It's
and
weird.
that happens, and maybe you can't get your arms out because they have,
Yeah.
it's you start panicking.
I'll just start
That's
licking
what
his hand.
jujitsu teaches you.
I'll just lick his hand. I'll lick his hand until he fucking lets go.
Actually, I was
No.
trying to bite. I was like,
I wouldn't. I'm not gonna. No, I'm not gonna bite. I'm gonna.
That's hard.
Yeah, that's difficult.
It's concave.
Yeah, because they're like this. No, your tongue can stick out. I'm just gonna.
Dude, I'll tell you what the worst
Bring him
is.
out.
What if he likes it?
Well, then he might separate his fingers because he's excited and let me breathe a little bit.
Then you know he's definitely not going to open your guard if he likes that.
Yeah.
So he's going to stand there as long as possible. I tell you what, I hate getting muffled by people who smoke, man. I've had that happen before. People like smoke a cigarette
like-
before class. No.
Smell this nicotine.
Yeah, and we're not. You know what we're not doing. Yeah, when people smoke and they come in and then they're like, say we're working from turtle position, you go or like you're scrambling, they sprawl and they get, and then all of a sudden they're like getting there, and I'm just like,
There was
oh, dude, I will shit on someone to get them off me for that.
So
Fuck that.
as part of that back attack system, there's like a one of the ideas is to use your legs to trap your opponent's arm. And then there's like this whole other way to use your leg to trap your other opponent's arm.
Janitor.
Yeah, I was wondering. Yeah.
That is
Yeah.
that is the janitorial services here at the Third Coast Grappling headquarters, keeping us
so I think the political correct term is building engineer.
clean. Oh, master of the custodial arts.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
What are they engineering exactly?
A clean,
Cleanliness.
a clean environment.
Clean environment.
I'm pretty sure you have to design and build something, not tear apart.
I don't
Well,
know.
he taped one broomstick to another broomstick so he could reach the high areas. So
Listen,
I mean, he's
there-
basically
there's a lot of
engineer.
politically correct things.
But is he a
That's that
PE?
MIT
Is he a
sense, man.
PE though?
See, and that whole PE thing, that really only applies to like mechanical and
Yeah.
Civil.
Yeah, it's making
Yeah.
it civil. Yeah,
Because they're building stuff that like it doesn't
Yeah.
really apply to like computer
Yeah.
engineers
Double E's.
or electrical engineers
Yeah.
as much.
My
because-
my pops is a PE. He's a electrical engineer, but then he got his MBA and he doesn't use any.
But even as an
yeah.
electrical engineer, you don't need to use a PE.
No,
You
he-
don't
he
have to have
doesn't-
a PE
yeah.
that really
It was-
knows.
this was-
I think Professor Brandon just learned something new and wanted to like hoist it over
Well,
everybody.
He's in.
I've
He's-
never-
he's in
like
civil.
a
I've never heard of
program.
him
It is
doing that.
important.
He's a
like, hey
civic,
guys,
yeah.
look at this new piece of
But
information.
I know industrial engineers. I know automation engineers.
Petrochem,
System engineers.
Chem,
Yep.
yeah.
Aerospace.
Kimmy,
None of them have PEs
Uh-uh.
because you don't need it.
No.
But in civil engineering, you do.
because you need a stamp.
What's a
That's what it
PE?
is.
Yeah,
Physical education.
professional engineering.
Professional engineer?
Yeah, it's a stamp, right? You stamp plans.
Yeah,
So,
you're basically an engineering notary.
There's a guy who just enrolled to our academy who, not going to say any names, but he said he's pretty much. He said he's
Donovan
like a
McNabb.
Jeffro.
You didn't even make up a name. You said an ex-football player.
It'd be funny if he would have said his own name. He's like Dawson the Weber.
Donovan McNabb. Donovan McNabb.
His name is Dustin Beber.
But he's a Wi-Fi engineer.
Yeah,
And
Oh, that's fake.
for the Eagles.
for the Eagles. For the
That's
Eagles.
not Donovan McNabb. Even champions eat big bags. Go to McDonald's.
But
I've actually never.
I was like, what? Wi-Fi engineer? How does that even work? And he was like, oh,
He's
it
like,
works
log
like
in
this.
and find out.
No, he's like, oh, it works like this. Like you have a thing, and then he started to explain it, and I was just lost the whole
Immediately.
time. Yeah,
Yeah.
and I was like, oh, cool,
It's
man.
that engineering talk.
I
Yeah.
engineer pizza.
Yeah, yeah. Did you know that sourdough yeast like is better than? Yeah.
You just try to like one up on
Yeah.
knowledge. Like,
Oh.
oh yeah.
That's pretty
Well,
good.
Fuck your Wi-Fi. You know how to make sourdough?
That's right.
Okay.
You idiot.
Oh, do we have more Austin notes?
Yeah, dude.
Them Austin notes are
Dude,
killer.
I love them.
Man,
Austin notes.
Austin
so like,
notes.
I'm working on this show prep, bro. I'm trying to be prepared.
Dude, I like
Is,
you.
is this what you do
I like
Yeah.
you.
most of the day?
No, like I'll be sitting around talking about some dumb bullshit, and I'm like, I enjoy talking about this dumb bullshit. But like, let's be real. Like, I'm just looking around the room.
And it's just you
Y'all are my
when you're talking about this shit.
Well, obviously,
Yeah, I do that.
I'm
a lot.
alone in my home, holding a Bible, thinking about dumb bullshit.
Right.
And
Because
So many jokes right there.
Yeah. Well,
because you-
so many jokes.
the Lord's only part of you if you invite him in.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
That is true. He's
Yeah.
like a vampire. That's a Daniel Tosh
can't-
joke.
he
I
can
can't
say-
really
yeah,
say anything
it's-
about that. Yeah.
So like I'm just like, let me get my phone out and make a note. Okay, so I have the taint muffler, right?
Tank muffler. That was a good one. Solid.
Okay, so this is different, right? This isn't so much funny as it is like an interesting question. All right.
Changing
No.
this-
Okay,
changing
so
the
like,
pace.
let me. Okay, so let me give you a little bit of that Ricky Rivas prologue, right?
Excellent.
Okay, so like a lot of times you know somebody and a bad thing happens to them, right? People,
Yes.
life happens, right? And so it's like, oh man, like
Taint mufflers.
this thing happened. Yeah. Or like, oh, my aunt died. Or like, oh man, like I was in a wreck, or like whatever. And people always go, oh man, I'm sorry. And this bugs the shit out of me.
Well, that's an assumption. That was a nice person.
Because I go like, well, no, I go like, did you do it?
People don't know what to say.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of things you can say, right? You can say like, oh man, I'm feeling really, I feel really sad at this news. Are you okay? Or like, oh man, that must be extremely rough. Like, how are you holding up? Or
Typically, I'm like, shit, are
"Oh,
you going to
man,
eat that?
God, that's sad. Like, how old were they? Did they have a nice life? Were you guys close? Like, there's a lot of things.
You could be like, I'm glad it wasn't me.
Yeah. I mean, anything. But like, I'm like, oh, Megan, like, Josh yelled at me. And she's like, oh, I'm sorry. And I'm like, did you make Josh yell at me? And she's like, no. And I'm like, then what the fuck are you sorry about? Yeah. Why
So
are
then
you
I start
sorry?
yelling at
So
her,
this is-
right?
So this is my question. This is my.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, I usually say, hey,
fucking
are you
apologize
okay?
to me.
Yeah. So this is my brain trust, right? I love to talk to you guys. You guys always make me think.
Well, yeah, we're here
When
for
is
good
the right
advice.
time and when is the wrong time to say I'm sorry? That's the question.
When you fuck up.
For like if
Yeah, when you fuck up, that's when you say I'm sorry. Is when you personally fuck up.
Yeah.
Right?
Wait, hold up, time out. You're not married, right? No. How long have you been married?
About 4 months. I'm pretty much an expert. Right?
Just wait.
Yeah.
Just
Stay strong.
wait.
It's never your fault.
No.
I mean, when it's my fault, so I have this power.
No,
right?
no. It's not your fault.
When I fuck up, I go, Megan, I fucked up. I'm sorry. And she goes, okay. And I said, are we cool? And she goes, yeah, you don't say the words I'm sorry unless you fucked up and you're admitting your fault. It's very powerful when you say I'm sorry. It's very powerful because you don't ever say those two words unless you're acknowledging that you fucked up.
See, my wife just never apologizes.
Yeah.
Or if she does,
I'm not saying
everything
Megan
has a caveat.
My
apologizes.
wife says my name, I say I'm sorry.
Okay. All right.
Zach, I am so sorry.
I'm
What
so
the fuck
sorry,
happened?
what's
Yeah.
going on?
Yeah, I was about to say, most of the chicks I date, they don't.
Take it out of marriage though. Take it out of marriage.
Yeah.
All right. Friends, family, right?
I guess it's given the situation, your type of personality.
Yeah.
Because like there's some people that like are like just dark serious, or not even dark, just like super serious people, and just like, hey man, my mom died, and they're like, wow, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
But then there's some
Well,
people
but
that
I'm sorry to hear that.
yeah. But I'm
feel
sorry.
I feel sad.
I'm sorry
hearing this.
Hearing this.
But
Yeah.
I also
You feel
have
like
friends.
I feel sorry for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you
But that's cold.
That's
That's
kinda
cold.
cold, yeah.
Like I can't imagine what that must be like.
Yeah.
Is there anything that I can do for you? Can I like take you out to lunch?
What if
Yeah,
somebody you know
yeah.
got married or murdered?
Yeah.
And you're like,
Same
I feel
thing.
sorry for what's gonna happen to that guy that murdered your friend.
Wait, what? I wouldn't feel sorry for what's gonna happen.
No,
It's gonna give
like yeah.
I would feel
So
joy
I
off
was
of
in
what's
this
gonna happen,
situation,
yeah.
right? A friend of mine from high school, her brother got murdered, right? And she was going into the trial. Like it was his girlfriend that did it. It's always the girlfriend or the boyfriend or the husband or the wife, right?
Except if it's an owl.
Or if it's Alan just hiding people.
Oh,
Yeah.
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 90% of missing people in the Clear Lake area is an owl. But
That is true. Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably.
So I get a Facebook message from her, and she's like, "The jury verdict is tomorrow, right? The prosecution is rested and the defense is rested. What's going to happen?" And I said, "I'm so glad that you've asked me about this. Let me take you through it." Okay. So the jury can come back and they can say that this lady is guilty of the crime of murder, and they can sentence her, or they can it hands over to the judge for sentencing. Or they can come back and they can say she's guilty of the crime of manslaughter. They can in Texas you can do a lesser charge, right? So I can say I don't think it was murder, but it was manslaughter, and then it goes to the judge for sentencing. Or they can come back and they can acquit, and they can say we don't think that the prosecution proved their case. You have to be prepared emotionally and physically, mentally for all of these, right? If they come back murder, if they come back not guilty, you have to be ready for it. It's like, but, you know, here's the thing, right? Is that your brother's not alive anymore, but all of the cool things that he did with you in your life and with your mom and all these sorts of things, they can't take that away from you, right? This is a terrible thing that happened to you. He was like, he was just like hanging out in the apartment, and the crazy girlfriend was like, you're cheating on me, and he was like, no, I'm not, and she was like, yes, you are, and she shot him with a shotgun, killed him.
Fuck.
Yeah, it's fucked. But this is Galveston, Texas.
This wasn't that guy that liked the Icelandic girls thing,
Yeah,
right?
so she was convicted of murder. She was convicted of murder, but she only got 16 years. Like when you convict a woman of murder, it's usually different, right? The judges and juries are usually, they go easier
More
on women.
lenient.
Yeah, they are. They just are. They are.
Emotions.
Yeah, they are. I don't know why.
Prison's actually not that bad.
No, and if you look at
I don't know, dude. I watched Orange is the New
Typically,
Black.
They're women that have,
they're more supportive of one another.
yeah, well, they're
Yeah.
women that have grown up in like very abusive relationships with men, like whether it's their dads,
Yeah,
their husbands, whatever it is, and this is the first time they can get away from them
yeah.
and like build a community with other women.
They're very, very supportive of one another. Like women's jail is actually like they do a lot of the rehab that they're supposed to do. In men's jail, they just like rape each other's butts, and that's not good. But in women's jail, like there's actually
Whoa,
some
what?
rehabilitation. and
But
stuff.
I mean, I've also heard some like horror stories of women's.
Sure.
But I bet you there's way more horror stories than men's.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah, the
But
butt.
anyway-
Did you not hear the butts?
So like,
Prison in general, you
Yeah.
don't want to go.
Dude,
Yeah.
so like I
Hold
saw,
on. Those
It's kind
are
of a
arses.
deterrent. Yeah, you're like, dude, I
Arses.
really like bread
So-
and slop.
dude, there was I can't remember what the stand-up comedian's name was, or what show it was.
No names.
But he said that like he was bringing up the fact that so many women get raped by men in society
Yeah.
and stuff like this, and he said that this guy was like, well, do you know that men get raped more than women? And he was like, yeah, but there are other fucking guys. He's like, we're so gross, we fuck each other. What did you think when you saw that piece of information? He was like, oh, I got him.
Yeah.
These women are raping men more than it's like, no,
Yeah.
dude.
Guys are raping guys.
Guys
Yeah.
are so fucking gross. We just rape each other in
Joe
jail.
Rogan.
it's
That
true.
was Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
Fuck. That's
Yeah.
That conversation just had me thinking of that.
So
Shout out to Joe Rogan for the
Shout
guy
out to
rating.
Joe Rogan.
what? So I wanted to tell this chick, like, man, I'm really sorry, but like I had thought about it, and I had made a personal resolution that I wasn't going to say sorry for shit I didn't do anymore. This is the
Perfect.
first time, right?
Perfect.
Well, it's hard, man.
It is hard.
Yeah, it's
man.
hard because there's
Because we're
It's the same
empathetic
thing,
creatures.
Like, if
Yeah.
you're not gonna really pray for somebody, don't say you're gonna pray.
right. You'd never say,
I'll pray for you.
yeah,
I'll pray for you.
yeah,
And
yeah. Thoughts and prayers. Yeah. So what you
If you're
do
not religious, you shouldn't say that.
if you're a person that prays and you say I'm going to pray for you,
PRAY.
the best thing that you should do is immediately turn off social
out.
media
Shout out to
and
God.
knock it out. Yeah, I mean, I agree with you, right? It's really shitty to say. When I wasn't a person that prayed a long time ago, when I was just a person that like wanted nice things for people, I would say I'm sending good thoughts and good vibes your way, right? And then I would think about
Or,
them.
like, I'm thinking about you.
I'm thinking about you. Yeah, I'm thinking about, man, I really hope that they're okay. And then later on, I became a person that prayed. I had some things happen, and now I'm a person that prays. And now I'm like, okay, if I say this to somebody, this is a responsibility. And so like I need to like turn off social media, and I need to like make a point of doing it right now so that I'm not one of these people that says I'm going to do this thing that ends up not doing it.
I have a lawyer question.
Yeah, go for it.
So if you
Me
kill
personally.
somebody
Yeah.
kill somebody while practicing jujitsu,
Mm-hmm.
could they go to trial for manslaughter?
Nope.
No.
They signed the waiver.
Well, okay, so
I mean, let's say you're
yeah,
You
so
could be taken
training
to
in a
personal, right?
So the answer is going to depend on whether or not the
Sign a
prosecutor
waiver.
is an overzealous prosecutor, right? So a prosecutor represents the state, and and basically they are the face, the mouthpiece of the state. And so if a prosecutor decides, looking at these facts, that maybe there was some animus there, or there
They
was
might
some sort of
find that
bad
out in
feelings.
grand jury too, right?
Yeah. So I mean, like I'm a prosecutor, okay, for the purposes of this question, and so I go, all right, well, let me look into this, right? We have a dead body, and Obviously, the more convictions that I get, the better that I do. And someday I want to run for DA or possibly judge. And so I'm going to have to talk about my conviction record. And if I let this guy go without charges, then I'm going to have to answer questions. Yeah, exactly. So I'm going to look into it. And then, so I'm going to say it's Mike accidentally strangled Dave to death with his legs.
Fucking Mike.
And so I go, all right, I want to interview Mike. And so Mike lawyers up because he's smart and he doesn't talk to the police, right?
As previously stated on our
Because he's
podcast.
Right.
a Fifth Stripe.
He
podcast
yeah, he's a big
He's an
listener.
alum.
Big listener.
He's
He
a
listens
Fifth
to his
Stripe.
lawyer.
We
Yeah.
call him Fifth Stripies.
Yeah. So then,
Fifth strippers.
I call Mike's sister, and I go, hey, would you be willing to answer a couple of questions? And she's like, yeah, okay, cool. And you're like, so tell me about your brother. Oh, he's a great guy. I grew up with him. I love him. He's really nice. And you're like, has he talked about this weird jiu-jitsu thing that he does? Yeah. It's this weird thing. It's like, well, tell me, you know what happened, right? Yeah, I know what happened. It was a bad accident or whatever. Well, so this guy, Dave that passed on.
Dead Dave.
We'll call him DD.
Yeah.
Double D?
Dead Dave.
So did he and Mike?
Killer Mike.
He and Mike,
Killer Mike and Dead
they were
Dave.
friends. And it's like, no, they weren't really friends. It's like, well, they like each other? No, they didn't really like each other. Well, did they dislike each other? Well, so there was this time that, I don't want to say, but I don't want to lie to you. There was this time where Mike and Dave were training, and
Dave's nuts fell out, and Mike was like,
yeah. Dave's
they
nuts
kept
fell out.
rolling.
Mike
Or-
goes, is that a dick?
or Dave kept grabbing Mike's fingers.
Is that Ricky's dick?
Yeah, Dave
Mike
Dave
kept putting his fingers in Dave's
Yeah.
He put his thumb in his butt.
Dave grabbed Mike's fingers a bunch of times, and he accidentally broke his pinky. And Mike was like, "Hey man,
Pinky in Dave's ass.
don't you don't oil check with your pinky, by the way. This is not proper technique."
Prosecutors, they got some weird hobbies.
Yeah. So you find out that there's a history there,
Gotta
and
work that pinky string.
yeah, and so you go on the Facebook, right, and Dave has a Facebook post, and it's like,
Dead
hey, or Mike,
Killer Mike and Dead Dave.
Killer Mike is like, hey, white belts, maybe don't grab people's fucking fingers, you fucking dickholes, or whatever.
Yeah.
And so there's some sort of animus there. There's a problem. There's bad feelings. There's motive.
Preemptive.
Right. Yeah. And so then you go
Premeditated.
all right. So, then maybe you get a warrant and you get access to the emails, and you look in the emails, and your email, and he's emails Professor, and he's like, Professor, I want this guy thrown out of the fucking gym. He needs to go, All right. And so then it's like, okay, well, yeah, they're going to fucking bring charges, right? Because they could get a conviction.
Yeah.
Right? It's not about justice.
It's intent.
This has nothing to do with justice.
So you can.
Can they get a
you can go to
conviction?
jail for
Fuck yeah. Fuck if there's a homicide, you can go to jail if there's a homicide. Now, if I were going to be smart, I would go for murder, but I would give the jury the option of voluntary and involuntary manslaughter. And the jury will usually split the baby, and they won't convict for murder. They'll convict for involuntary manslaughter, and the prosecutor gets to declare a win. I got a conviction. Hey,
W.
tried a case, got a conviction. That's a
Nice.
W. Put it in the column, right? Which is super shitty that our system is set up that way, but that's the way that our system is set up.
Well, you got competitive people.
God damn, it makes me fucking
Lawyers.
sad to talk
lawyers
about
are
lawyer
pretty-
shit, man.
Lawyers are pretty competitive people, right?
Extremely, the most,
The most.
the
competitive,
most,
so,
right? But
they're gonna wanna win.
they're not able to compete physically, so they compete.
So they're pussies.
Who can be the biggest cunt? Exactly. Let me tell you,
It's a cunt off.
I'll tell you straight up. When I was a lawyer, I was the biggest fucking pussy on planet Earth. I was, because I was like, I'm gonna dominate him with my words and my intellect, and he was like, I'm gonna fight you with my fucking arms. And I was like, oh shit,
jujitsu.
right? Oh no, right? I mean, my first day at jujitsu,
Was it against
you
a
know,
lawyer?
Shout out to my dude Rick. No, he at the time he's changed careers, but at the time he was a busboy at Jason's Deli.
Oh, they got a lot of anger.
He beat the fuck.
Shit.
He beat the fuck out of me. Do you know what it's like to be the most to have more education than 99% of the people and to get the shit beat out of you by a busboy, Jason's Deli. It is the most
You want to know
humbling-
why?
Well, no, it makes sense.
It's so humbling.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so humbling. But this is the best kind of humbling.
I kind of
because
wish
you're
you
like,
beat him up.
no, you're like this fucking guy.
I could beat
Like,
you with my mind.
yeah, yeah. My education isn't worth shit if a guy wants to beat me up, right?
Yeah.
This is why jujitsu has been so good for me, is because I'm like, oh fuck, I was a fucking pussy and I had no idea.
Good, now you can beat up bus boys.
I have
Yeah.
a phrase that I always say, and it's everybody needs an ass whooping.
Fuck yeah,
You can be the
yeah,
nicest guy in the world.
yeah.
You still need
an
your
ass
Oh,
whooping.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody needs an
Dude.
ass
A
whooping.
lot
every now
of
and
trolls
Yeah.
on the internet need an ass.
Dude,
Absolutely.
getting beat up has been the best thing that ever happened to me in terms of making me a good. I'm not a good person. I'm a shitty person, but I'm way better than I used to be. Plus, I'm not. You didn't know me.
Yeah, I think like
I did not know
You
you.
did
I wish
not
I
know
did.
me.
The beard
I don't
was
know.
more slimming.
that was yeah.
Yeah, that's what Megan says.
You fat ass.
Yeah,
So whenever you had the beard, like the big beard,
Yeah.
and the big hair,
yeah.
you looked like a Confederate
Like
soldier,
like an insane person.
You-
Yeah,
you-
I look like I'm trying to sell people like crosses
Depending
made out
on
of
if
palm
you're wearing the
fronds.
gas station baseball
It's
hat
not-
or
I've been mad about this
The
for
what?
weeks.
The what?
Whoa, what
I've been,
happened?
I've been
What?
so mad about
What
it.
happened?
Like I'll put this hat on.
gas station hat?
I,
Oh yeah, the gas station hat.
No, it's like the Corpus Christi hat.
I'm gonna produce a receipt.
Yeah, it's-
from Lids. This is a real hat. It's an actual hat I actually bought from Lids. It's not a gas station hat.
He's gonna go
Well,
into this. He's gonna be like, look,
gas
I
stations
bought
sell
this hat a
actual
while back.
hats. Those aren't fake hats that they sell at gas stations.
I bought it
Hey,
at the
did
outlet
you know
store.
that gas station hats are not actually
They're not
hats?
actually
They're
hats?
not hats.
They don't go on your
They
head?
don't go on your head.
Do they go on your dick when it pops out?
Dude,
a receipt.
let me tell you, man. You got in my head more with that. You did so good. I'm like, I'll be at the gym swimming, and I'm like, all right, Lord forgive me, I'm terrible. And then I'm like, it's not a fucking gas station hat. I bought it at Lids, motherfucker.
I showed him the hat I was gonna buy him. I go, dude, I bought you this hat, but I sent it to the wrong address. To replace your gas station.
3 words. 3 words. He's had me pissed off for like 6 weeks.
Gas station hat. I guess you know Austin's new nickname.
Dude, I want to. Austin's next song better be called "Gas Station Hat," man. That's gonna be
Dude,
great.
I went in the
If you seriously
studio.
have a receipt for that, I'd be very impressed.
I can do it,
Because
yeah.
that was
Yeah.
purchased 20 years ago.
Sorry.
So
I want to see this hat. Where the fuck is this hat?
Every day.
it's my Rockets hat.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah.
Oliver, in England, are the gas station hats like top hats?
They're bowler hats.
Are they bowlers?
They're bowler hats.
Bowler wigs. He said they're wigs. Do you have like a selection at every gas station?
They're all powdered wigs.
No, they have,
There's a selection of canes and top
they have
hats.
gas station monocles.
Yeah, gas station monocles.
For sure, a gas station wig is made out of real horse hair.
Okay, well, first off, Ricky, it's called a fucking petrol station,
Petrol.
Yeah.
It's petrol.
Petrol.
and 2, yeah, where else are you gonna get a fucking powdered wig at?
Yeah. What are you
Fucking
gonna
gas station.
Yeah. You're gonna go all the way down to Piccadilly Circle.
Fucking pick on the white man. Yeah. God, dude. Like as if we don't have enough plights. You fucking brown people over here giving me shit.
He's about to go get a tiki tour.
Dude,
Also, I am gonna buy you
I'm about to make
Please do.
make this
But
podcast great
I'm
again.
actually concerned though.
Okay.
It's a snapback.
Yeah, it's all right.
Okay.
What's
Yeah.
wrong with snapbacks?
I have a huge head.
No, I know. There's
He
nothing
goes
wrong.
to like the last like barely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
When I get a fresh haircut, I can snap 2 snaps.
Oh shit.
Yeah. When I
Fuck.
yeah.
But there's like different snapbacks have different like
Yeah.
measurements.
yeah,
Latching mechanism?
So
Yeah.
that they the name for that I used to know the name for that. I don't know it right now. I've had too
Man,
many
I actually
couples.
like well, I guess it wouldn't be snapbacks, but instead of having the snap things, it's like a belt latch.
I hate that.
That is-
not
I
into
like
that.
those.
I fucking
I'm not
hate
into
No,
those.
not Velcro.
Yeah.
They have like a
Dude.
buckle. Like
Yeah.
you can
That's
pull
a-
it to tighten up.
That's a
Yeah,
Jeff Graham hat.
Look, no
I like
matter
it.
no matter how much you describe it, it still sucks. That is
Yeah.
a
I'm
horrible.
not into that.
It's good.
Nah, bro, it can come in bronze.
I'm sorry, it's
or,
not a
like,
fucking top
silver.
hat and a cane.
Look,
alright?
hold on. Let me
And
move
a
my powdered
monocle.
wig. What'd you say? Fucking asshole.
Man,
No, I'm just
Did you
joking.
ever hear the
Not
history
like
of the
you.
powdered wig?
Huh?
The powdered wig? Like, I guess everyone had syphilis back in the day and their hair started falling out.
Is that what it was?
I don't
Is that
know.
what it was?
Yeah, that
Yeah, hey,
Yeah,
that's a good theory.
that's what we brought
I don't
for you
know.
guys.
That's a good theory.
So
Syphilis?
I remember a
Here's
teacher
some
telling me
syphilis.
like why everyone wore powdered wigs, and she said it was just because like
Yeah, lice.
no, because people couldn't like wash their hair every day, because like
Because they didn't have running water.
yeah, so it was
It's the
just
same
like
reason they started powdering their nuts.
so it didn't look good, and
wash
so like
those
the
every day.
higher class, the higher class had powdered wigs because it looked good.
Yeah.
You could like maintain it easier.
That's very interesting. I've never thought to ask why, because there were a lot of things like the Elizabethan collars. You know, there's a lot of
Yeah, it's
things
weird.
where like you're like,
Habsburg
why?
Well, no, that was
People are gonna
that
look
was
back like today and then be like Supreme fanny
Flat-
packs.
yeah.
What the fuck were
Yeah,
they?
flat brim
Yeah.
hats. What the fuck? Those
well,
aren't even
the
comfortable.
Elizabethan collars because they had stitches, and you don't want them like
They had
nibbling
neck
on 'em.
stitches?
Well, no, it's somewhere, so it was like a cone. They didn't want them fucking biting on it, like a dog.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh
Wait,
Yeah.
what?
Really?
man, I don't know. Oh
Yeah, no, it's to prevent them from nibbling on their stitches.
Well, I
the
don't know,
Elizabethan
man. I
collar.
mean, you
yeah.
know, listen, you know.
yeah,
dogs.
like dogs. See,
Yeah.
this guy gets it.
Wah, wah.
Yeah, history.
Yeah. This
Yeah.
is history.
I've worked
This
that
is
one
now a
out
history
over my life.
It's
podcast.
not a history podcast.
Yeah.
If you wanted to know the
Elizabethan.
Elizabethan, yeah, close.
Yeah.
You know, speaking of like history, though,
Uh-huh.
I heard one thing that was really weird. John Adams and Thomas Jefferson supposedly didn't like each other at a certain point.
Okay.
And
They dueled, didn't
they,
I
I don't know
don't
if they
know.
dueled,
I don't know.
but they
they?
both
Jefferson got
died.
shot.
Right. And Thomas Jefferson wrote a letter and he said, "At least I am survived by my friend John Adams." And John Adams wrote a letter saying, "At least I'm survived by my friend Thomas Jefferson." These
They
are
killed
like
each
their
other.
last
So
letters.
they were
that
both
wrote.
wrong.
Yeah,
killed each
but
other.
Jefferson
Wrong as
lived-
fuck.
Wrong as fuck.
Jefferson lived a long time with like a little valve because he got shot.
Oh shit.
He had like a gunshot wound for like a long time.
Oh shit.
It's kind of like that taint muffler we were talking about
Yeah.
earlier. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
not a valve, though.
This little taint flap.
Can you imagine? You're like, all right, I got an argument with this guy. So
Yeah.
let's go settle it
Gunfight.
outside.
We're gonna settle with a gunfight.
And one of us either might get injured for the
Yeah.
rest of our lives, or one of us might.
Yeah. So Andrew Jackson.
Yes.
Yeah. So Andrew Jackson, he had a gunfight with a guy that was like the baddest gunfighter. And so Andrew,
Actually, it might have been Jackson, the one that had
yeah,
the flat.
Jackson stood there and took a gunshot. He was like, the other guy's gonna shoot first. He's gonna hit me. Cool. I'm gonna shoot him between his fucking eyes, because you know America.
Yeah.
And so he stood there and he took a gunshot.
Freedom ain't free.
And he was like, ugh. And then he sat there and he leveled the fucking gun at the guy's face and he killed him.
And then he lived with. The
And he got elected
So
president.
It was,
Yeah.
Jackson, not Jackson.
Yeah.
And it was because like someone was talking shit
Old
about his
Hickory.
wife.
Yeah, somebody talked shit about his wife.
That was like your mama jokes.
Yeah.
It was like.
Yeah.
your
They were
Those
like,
don't fly well.
they were like, oh man, your wife is an unchaste woman. And he was like, gunfight.
Right in the face.
Yeah. Yeah. Your wife, you know, she did a few things before you married her. Like,
I don't even know how I'd
gunfight.
respond to that.
Gunfight.
I'd be like, that's cool.
Yeah.
Well, you can't say I'm sorry.
Gunfight. No, you can't.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. Yes.
I'm sorry about that.
Yes. No, so
Such
you,
a hoe. I know. my
dude, this is
bad.
the whole thing, right?
Fuck.
The one that
This-
said
Yeah.
she's a hoe.
This is the whole thing. If you're like, look, Andrew Jackson's wife is a hoe, and he's like, sir, I demand satisfaction. You will fight me in a duel. And you're like, look, you know what? I shouldn't have said that, right? I take it back.
Sorry.
She is not a hoe. I didn't mean it,
And
right? Then you don't have to fight a duel,
If you
right?
demand satisfaction. You should
But if
call
you're
his
like,
co-wife.
she's a fucking hoe, then now you got to fight a gunfight, right? America was like awesome in these days, right? Because you had to mean what you said, right? Can you imagine like Fox News and CNN? Can you imagine all these motherfuckers
Yeah,
that just
dude.
make shit
the
up?
internet.
You're like
Dead
CNN
bodies.
And Fox News would be doing
Dead
a
bodies.
duel every day.
Think about this.
Dude, we'd clean
All
that
think
up
about- This is
quick.
real shit. Think about this. They burned a fucking harbor over a 2% tea tax. Now they take 40% of our incomes. George Washington would be in D.C. stacking motherfucking bodies right now if he knew what they were doing to us.
Yeah.
He would be AK-40.
Wait, no, it wouldn't be AK. It wouldn't be AK-47. That's Russian.
Musket
M16.
Done. Yeah,
M16.
yeah, there you go. Yeah.
M16 or M4.
Well, that's what the M
Or
stands
what?
for.
The
is musket.
M60.
Musket 45.
M60.
It's a musket 16.
Two
M60.
M60s.
Two
Yeah,
M60s.
or that Dylan Arrow chain gun that I showed you.
Yeah, but you'd be in jail.
Yeah.
Now.
I don't
No,
know,
he
man.
wouldn't. He's George Washington.
Look, dude, honestly, for real, if zombie George Washington was like, yo, look, let's go take out Congress, you wouldn't join up?
Dude, I don't know if zombie George Washington would be a good zombie. He had wooden teeth.
What if John?
Be kind of fucked up.
I might.
What if zombie Jesus versus zombie George Washington?
Yeah.
Because
I mean, Jesus is technically already a zombie.
Well, so if Jesus
he already
comes,
came back.
He just had really bad lag. He
Real
could
talk,
respawn
though.
in time.
He already a zombie. Once
Real
a zombie,
talk.
always a zombie.
no, you're not always a zombie. You could go back then.
yeah, so
No, he's right. You can convert.
That's
There's a
true, you
conversion
can do it like
process.
that.
Yeah.
if George Washington came back, that would be the first time that he came back.
Right.
If Jesus came back, that would be the second time that he came back.
Well,
Yeah. And there's a lot of other stuff that goes along with Jesus coming back another time.
Horses.
There's a lot of stuff.
a lot of
Jesus is
horses.
going to bring a whole army of undead and kill all the sinners.
They're called White Walkers.
So
I don't think he's gonna kill him.
The
He just leaves him here.
unrepentant.
It's a rapture, right? Everybody just starts floating up, and then the cool people get to stay here.
no. He's going to come.
It's a party.
Yeah, there's a judgment.
He's
There's a
coming
judgment.
with war.
He
He's gonna
come.
kill everybody.
He's going to come again to judge the living and the dead.
Which with an undead
That's
army.
that's right
He's
there in
gonna-
the book.
He's gonna rise.
It's-
On the dinosaur.
Yeah. He
Oh, yeah.
is
Hey, look at the
on-
look at the shirt.
Check me out.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's a cool bird.
That's,
That's a cool bird.
Not only the human undead, but also the dinosaur undead.
Oh, I don't know about
I
dinosaur
don't,
zombies.
I don't know enough
Zombie
about it,
dinosaurs.
but I can't argue with
You
that.
got a T-shirt, man. It's sell right there.
Man,
It's a
Andy
wrap.
got me this shirt in
Damn,
Mexico.
dude.
It's a bird.
He also got me one of those Mexican poncho hoodies. It's super sweet.
Yeah?
I've never had one before.
A
Those
Mexican,
aliens,
a Mexican poncho
are those
hoodie?
alien spaceships floating over the top?
Yeah, they are.
That's so dope.
UFOs. Andy got me the shirt. Andy and I go to church together, and we're in like a Bible study. He got
That's
me
great.
This. It's awesome.
That's great.
Yeah, I like to think Jesus would have a sense of humor.
I think you would.
Yeah,
I hope so.
You
I would.
you would have to at
I
this
mean,
point, right?
yeah.
I think he
I,
did.
I want him to have a pet T-Rex.
It's a bird.
I'm
I hope.
serious.
I mean, I hope he calls it a bird.
It's a
He's
T-Rex.
rising
I hope he calls it a bird.
Army of the undead. Why would he not rise the army of
T-Rexes.
the undead?
T-Rexes.
Right?
Dude,
That's
But
true.
but
That-
only
he's got
Man, that's a
point.
game changer, bro. Army of undead.
but only the
T-Rexes?
Jewish T-Rexes.
So they got huge
But if he's coming
noses.
after
Well,
me
how do you
hard,
know? Do they
They
are
have-
they
yeah.
Orthodox?
They have the
Going up to
payas.
George
and
W.
the-
They're
they have
Orthodox.
Orthodox
the
Rex.
cetus,
Orthodox
yeah.
Jew
me and George
T-Rexes.
W.
T-Rexes,
gonna have
yeah.
some war.
His name's T-Rex and
So
Bird.
clerics at a certain level have a thing called turn undead, where like they just all die.
God damn it! Is it D&D time right now?
Yeah. Oh, hey, my cousin Mary is playing D&D now.
She is now.
Yeah, she's a druid.
I met her
down and
once.
dirty.
Yeah.
Yeah, she is a druid.
Let me tell you about my
We need
cousin
to
Mary.
do
Tell me about your
celebrity
cousin
deathmatch
Mary.
My cousin Mary
style
and I
movies and, like, picking two different
Don't see
characters
eye to
and
eye
saying who
on
wins.
anything.
I-
And out of all of my cousins, I respect my cousin Mary the most out of all of them.
Really?
She
She's
put
listening right now.
yeah,
She's on a tier.
Is she?
she put
Says
her
cousin Mary.
she
Cousin Mary.
Oh, I thought it said Druid
she
Mary.
put her money where her mouth is.
So
Yeah.
one thing.
Yeah.
One thing that I kind of like noticed immediately about your cousin Mary
Yeah.
is that she was a lot
She has
like
purple hair.
well yeah she was kind of like easier to talk to even
Yeah.
though we didn't talk
Way
a whole lot.
easy to talk
when
to.
I first met Michael I was like I don't
This is a hard guy to talk to.
I don't know if this guy like is being rude to me on purpose or like if
Yeah.
like I just kind of win him over.
Yeah.
Same thing with Alex, but
Yeah.
a little less.
Yeah.
But with Mary, it's way less. And
Way-
with Mary,
super
I-
friendly.
I was like, "Hey, my name's Ricky," and she
Yeah.
said, "Oh, hey, my
now,
name's Mary.
now,
Nice to meet you."
If you're sitting at a restaurant and
Lost
you
connections.
have a conversation with someone and you're both, let's say you're both conservatives, right? And you're like, oh boy, I sure am enjoying all these like low employment numbers or whatever, unemployment numbers.
Build
Like,
the wall.
Yeah, Mary
Whoa.
Mary will stand up from her table and will come over to your table and will lecture you about your political beliefs. She will do this. She'll introduce herself and she's very friendly, but she won't allow you to even talk about these sorts of things in her presence.
She seems very passionate.
Right. Yeah, but at the same time, look, Mary is like, I need to go over to Africa with the Peace Corps to make things better.
She did that.
She was in Africa for
Wait,
2 years.
Africa's a big continent.
Yeah.
What parts of Africa?
She was in Ethiopia.
Johannesburg.
Okay,
Yeah.
so she's going to
Yeah.
like Cape Town.
No, she was in
Johannesburg.
Make the world a better place.
She was in Eritrea and Ethiopia. So she was like, I've joined the Peace Corps and I'm going to Africa and I'm going to make things better. And I was just like,
Okay.
you know what, Mary? Like,
There's something about you.
I don't agree with your, yeah.
Something about
Yeah.
America.
There's just something about you.
No, I don't agree with any of your solutions. I don't think any of your solutions are going to lead us to this utopia that you envision. But at the same time, you put your fucking skin in the game.
Yeah.
Right? You put your money where your mouth is. You gave up your life. You gave up this 2 years of education. You gave up this 2 years of income. You went and lived in a foreign country to try and make things better. Respect.
Was it a sacrifice though? Because I mean, technically in the
Ethiopia?
end, she ended up a druid.
Oh, Ethiopia, bro.
That's a win.
She was over there fucking washing her ass in a bucket, dude.
Hey, at least
It
she
was
got to wash her
horrible
ass.
over there.
People in England couldn't wash their hair.
Dude, yeah, Oliver hasn't washed his ass in decades.
I can't reach back
Fuck
there,
does that
bro.
even mean?
I can't reach back there.
It's because you're so fat,
I'm not fat. I'm fed.
lazy.
I'm selectively active, dick.
Hey,
Sell it properly.
okay, so here's like a real question. Like, if you're
From all
gonna
the haggis.
It's from all the haggis. Too much haggis.
all the hacking.
Look, I
much haggis.
would. That's fucking Scottish. I would give you a piece of my mind, but I'm already out of breath right now. All right. Anyway, let's do beers with Berto. I want to get this fucker out of here. Get out of here, Berto. Go get a beer. Hey, Berto, can I have a beer? No, this has been really fun. This has been super great. Hearing about Druid Mary.
Think about the new jigs. So we got a new studio that's currently being built. So that's where we're in a temporary.
That's right. We were in a conference room because we're conferencing about how we're going to make the studio work.
This conference room makes me think of The Office.
That's. I'll give you that. That's a good one.
Everybody into the conference room.
Everyone in the conference room in 5 seconds. Actually, no, right now.
They didn't have a big table in the conference.
They did it. No,
They did.
It was just a
Ooh.
room with chairs.
Yeah.
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 Except when.
Dude, there was one time in the office where he said, he's like, Oscar, I don't want to call you a Mexican. Is there anything less offensive I can call you?
Oh my god.
He kisses Oscar on his face.
Yeah.
Michael finds out that Oscar's gay and he has to kiss him and
Yeah.
everybody.
He's like,
It's
I'm
the
cool
best-
with gay
It's the
people.
best
That
moment.
is-
It's
might
the
be
best
the-
moment.
Oh, dude, I've
Yeah.
seen that
Awkward
clip.
moment
That's so great.
ever.
Because he's like, please don't.
He's like, please don't.
Yeah,
You guys got yours over there?
Forces himself on Oscar. That
And
has
he
to be the best.
gets paid.
Oh man.
Paid.
Dude, but for real though, like Oscar is the gayest person on the show. No, like not just like he likes men, but like
The Finer Things
Dude.
Club.
Dude, he was there was an episode of like a Halloween episode where he just dressed up as himself and he was like he kept telling
He's like-
everybody like I'm the average consumer. And everyone was just like
I like when Jim dressed up as Bookface.
so, like he walked up to someone else and was like, "Yeah, I'm the average consumer." And they were like, "Yeah, we heard you."
Asian Jim was a good one too.
Asian Jim was
Asian Jim was great. Yeah.
Oh yeah. What's that guy's name?
That's
That guy's
what
so
that-
funny.
Dude, he's good. He's in.
He's in
yeah.
a
Have you
lot.
seen Searching?
Uh-uh.
I told Professor Allen about it because
Because it sounds like there's
Because he
missing
likes
people.
to search
he loves,
for
like,
dead
this-
bodies.
But it's this movie where everything is shot through like the phone, the computer, like everything's shot through. But this guy's daughter goes missing, and he's like trying to find him. He's searching through Facebook videos. He's like messaging people. So the entire thing's shot through like
Social media type
technology
shit,
and
yeah.
social media. The entire movie.
Damn.
And it's really good.
Oh,
It's
check that.
called
Is it on
Searching.
Netflix?
I would check it out. It's
Netflix,
so-
Hulu, Amazon Prime. Is
Did-
it on one of the streamers?
just Google searching.
I got a website. We'll be good.
Did y'all ever see Primer? It's a time travel movie made on a $64,000
Dude, I think
budget.
I think I started it. Is it the one about
Dude.
the guys in the garage making
yeah.
that shit? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I saw
Oh
that.
my God.
That was good, man.
Oh my
That was a
god,
good-
it's so good.
Yeah.
Well, it's like you don't need 64 million to make a good movie.
Blair Witch,
You need a
man.
good story to
Blair
make
Witch.
a good movie.
The first one.
Unbelievable. The first
Well,
one.
time travel's always
Okay, so tell me about this alcohol.
Yeah, beers with Berto. What do we got here, buddy?
All right, so the beer for today is a pina colada beer.
All right.
So,
You like pina
Martin House,
colada?
Martin House, which is out of Fort Worth, has been cranking out a lot of really interesting beers.
Yeah.
Sure have.
And I brought I think one before on the podcast.
I think we've had two Martin House,
lemon
haven't we?
ice box.
Yes.
We had the lemon ice box, and then there's one other.
Was it
that I
one
thought we
more? There was
had.
maybe one more.
Sea Witch. No, not the Sea Witch.
No. But anyways, like, I mean, some of them I'll be flat out honest. There's some I didn't like, but this
Yes.
one. So my big fear with this beer being that it was named Pina Colada was that it was gonna be like overly like candy pineapple or candy coconut.
Coconut.
But
It's got a lot of pineapple.
it's a cream ale. It has a lot of pineapple, but it doesn't feel candy-ish. It's very refreshing. It's really crushable because it's like 5.5%.
Yeah.
So you can have quite
Oh,
a
yeah.
few of them by the pool or by the beach.
You could crush it on your forehead.
You can crush it on your forehead if you're strong enough.
Right near the beach, boy.
So yeah, guys, take a
I
sip.
judge my beers by how crushable they are.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Absolutely. All right. Bottoms up, Martin House. Thank you guys.
All right.
Cheers. Hey, this
Cheers.
is very tasty.
I enjoyed it a lot.
I'm digging it. So Martin
Yeah.
House, Martin House makes
Yeah,
my
it's
favorite
not bad
beer
at
of all
all.
time, which is the Sea Witch.
Miller Lite. Oh.
Right. It's like a barrel aged sour, which is not a common thing. But
I love this fucking
Martin
beer.
House is fantastic, and they have such a cool facility because they're not brewing on a big system.
Really?
Yeah, I mean,
I've never been
it's
there.
a 10 barrel.
Like super micro.
Really?
Yeah, but it's like a 3-vessel 10 barrel, and they're just
So,
cranking.
they have really good marketing. Like, that's how
Yeah, and
stand out?
they have a genius brewer. You know, he's just like
They crank out some good stuff, man.
Yeah, they do.
But
Yeah,
so
Salty
not
Dog.
to,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like talk up our sponsors or anything, but Saloon Door has some pretty genius like
Yeah.
mixology shit.
Dude, I'll
too.
tell you what I like about
Yeah.
Saloon Doors, the blend new. That's
Yeah,
amazing.
Blend U's
Yeah.
pretty
Yeah.
amazing. I have a story about the blend new.
come on with it.
It has nothing to do with Saloon Door.
Great.
So I went to.
Nice.
So I'm a frequent visitor of Saloon Door, so I know about the blend menu. I like it. I've tried it, and I'm a huge fan.
Okay.
So I go to St. Arnold's,
Okay.
and they have this raspberry beer.
Raspberry
It's
AF.
So fucking raspberry.
Yeah.
It's like 2 raspberry. Right?
Yeah.
So I get it. I'm like, man, this would be great mixed beer. Like, so I go up to him. I go, hey, what's a good beer to mix with the raspberry?
Yeah.
And I might as well have asked this guy.
Yeah, like, can
what
I fuck your
position-
wife?
Yeah, what position his mom likes to be fucked in? Because this dude's just like
Missionary.
What? And I'm just like, oh, it's like this super like raspberry beer. Is there a good one like you can mix with? And he's like, I personally would never
Yeah.
mix a beer.
Yeah.
He actually like called over a different bartender.
Oh shit.
Can you
Made a
just-
scene.
I got
Yeah,
it.
can you help this guy?
He's like, can you
Yeah.
say that
I
one
need to
more
go
time for my coworker?
I need to go faint onto my chaise lounge.
Man.
Like, I gotta. Yeah.
You just blew that dude's mind.
But dude,
So-
like
but
beer
so
blends.
That's my story. Is like
It bl-
he
it
was
blew
so
my mind,
blown
man.
away that,
Yeah,
like,
so-
mixing beer was
Dude,
so
we didn't even
You
have
guys
a
were the first one to like introduce me.
we didn't have a fucking brewery. I was drinking in Josh's garage. Right? Josh is like, "Hey man, we're going to be business partners and it's going to be a good time."
You're like, hell yeah, pass me another beer.
Yeah, it's going to be great. I'm Josh. Hey. I love you, Josh. I'm just giving you shit.
Josh sounds
So
amazing.
he goes, "Hey man," he goes, I have this vanilla beer and I also have this orange beer." And I go, "Yeah, all right, fuck yeah." And he goes, "Hey man, mix them." And I was like, "What?" And he's like, "Pour half of one and then fill it up with half of the other." And I'm like, "Josh, you're talking fucking crazy right now. What are you even saying to me, you crazy
What do you
guy?"
want?
And he was like, "It tastes like an orange dreamsicle." And I was like, "Oh, okay, so I get it. We're gonna be a successful brewery someday because you have these outside of the box ideas about like because the vanilla beer tastes good
Yes, it does.
and the orange beer tastes good, and then when you mix them together, it's even better."
It tastes
Well,
gooder.
that's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. Your beers should be.
Yeah,
they
it's-
should be talking about it in a podcast in Florida right now.
Yeah,
Like, hey, I got this like crazy beer.
you trying to go to Florida, bro? I'll go to Florida with you.
Well, no, we get a Florida beer.
I'll wear my gas station hat. It's gonna be bomb, dude.
Ricky's got something to say.
Yeah, no. Look,
You saw that finger.
Ricky's grabbing the mic.
Look.
Hang on a second.
So there's a beer out there called Mississippi River.
Okay.
And you can still get it. They still sell it. It's called a Black and Tan.
Black and tan. It's a
Right.
mix.
And it's a mix.
Yeah, I've had it.
Right. So
Comes mixed already.
Pre-mixed.
Which is
The-
unique. for
yeah,
black and
so
it
the
comes
Black
in
and
like
Tan-
a old milk jug. Like
yes,
yeah.
it does, and it like I feel like that beer shouldn't really be sold too much because it comes mixed already.
Yeah.
Right. So that goes to show that mixed beers.
Yeah.
I think like they used to be called 50-50 beers.
Yeah.
They
That
like,
name's formed like a snake bite. You ever had a snake bite?
They've been around for a long time.
Yeah.
A black and tan, as I know it,
It's like hard
Dark beer,
Guinness.
light beer.
you pour it.
Yeah.
Also, you have a special device you use to pour it.
True.
Right. At one of the places I frequent,
like a
Nobi,
strainer.
It looks like a little turtle.
Different,
Like the-
densities will like.
Yeah,
float
so
on
what
top
they'll
of
do is they'll pour, I don't know which one, they'll pour
Yeah.
one first and then they'll put this thing on top of the pint
Yeah.
that makes it, instead of pouring straight down,
Goes down the sides.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
splits it into
Cascades,
four.
yeah.
Yeah, so it splits into four and it cascades into the beer. So whenever you get the beer, it
Yeah.
looks black and tan.
Yeah.
Like there's two different
Yeah, it's got two
beers
layers,
in there.
yeah.
As you drink it, it mixes.
Sure.
I think, like Ricky said, like whenever
Yeah.
you buy it mixed already,
Yeah.
it's not the same.
Have y'all had?
The first time I done it was at Nobi.
Yeah.
And
Because they have the little strainer
well,
thing.
no, well, whoever the bartender was, she was like, "You should try this," and it was pouring a framboise. I think it was what's the
Yeah, from what?
Yeah, framboise.
framboise
Yeah.
into an IPA.
Nice.
Ooh, IPA.
Yeah,
I
that
don't
sounds
know
good.
about-
And I was
Yeah, like a fruity IPA, like a fruit beer IPA. Yeah, framboise is like it's like a fruit beer made by,
Yeah,
made by monks.
it's a fruit beer.
Super low ABV.
So a framboise is a
3%. Yeah.
I lost my pinky at that one.
Yeah.
in a butt.
But framboise into it's like a super like fruity beer.
Yeah.
Super fruity beer.
Yeah.
So there's a beer called Buried Hatchet.
Yeah.
It's a stout.
Sure.
Made by Southern Star.
Southern Star.
I believe,
Yep.
right?
Yeah.
So one time I saw
Bury
somebody
the hatchet, guys. Get your pinkies out.
buried.
Yeah.
Buried.
Buried.
Buried. So one time, yeah, we're in Texas. One time I saw a bartender, fill up one of these into a pint, and then he dropped some framboise in the middle.
Okay.
Oh, like a
Interesting.
shot glass?
Yeah, like no,
Yeah.
no, like he actually poured it into the
Okay.
middle, so the foam on it in the middle was like red. It actually looked
Nice.
kind of cool.
Yeah.
And I asked him about it, and he said it tasted like kind of like a chocolate
Strawberry or
candy.
something?
Yeah. And I was like, all right, man, I'll try one, and it fucking
It's
really
good.
did.
Yeah.
Buried Hatchet is a good stout.
It's a great
I would
beer.
say it's a middle of the way stout. I like more
Stouts,
boozier
yeah.
stouts,
I think they do
but
that
mixed
in-
together, it was like a
They
candy.
do that with Guinness in Ireland.
Yeah.
They have like a purple Guinness, but only women can drink it, or you will be made fun of.
Oliver, what does it taste like?
Tastes like loveliness.
They are in the UK. So
Tastes like Barney's dick.
It tastes like manifest destiny. Yeah, that's what it sounds like. Jesus.
that's pretty good. I like that.
I don't like that point of reference because that means someone had to get down there and be like,
It's like a kid.
yeah, no,
Oh,
they
I
taste
love
the same.
you. So there's a snake bite, and a snake bite is apple cider and Guinness, right?
Oh wow.
And it's bomb.com.
Crispy
Yeah.
as shit.
Half apple cider, half Guinness. What's
I
that?
know, who says that?
You can still
What?
say
Bomb.com.
Hey,
Sorry.
does anyone
Austin
own
does.
that
Yeah.
Bomb.org.
URL?
Bro, I'm in my
Does anybody,
30s.
does anybody have that URL? That's a good
I'm gonna
question.
look up bomb.com.
Yeah, bomb.com.
right now.
I use.
There you go, Ricky.
I'm sure somebody
You're
has
gonna get put on an
that
FBI list, bro.
Okay, then maybe
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
look that thing
Just
up.
look up airplanebomb.com.
No.
Look,
look up how do you make an airplane bomb.com.
Jesus Christ, we're about to
Yo,
get,
what if
we're getting kicked out of
Bomb.com
this
has the
thing.
coolest shit on it. It's
Yeah.
just like a whole like blog.
But nobody ever goes there because they're scared to type in the name.
It's like break.com used to be, or like eBombs World.
Oh, fucking E-bombs world.
yeah,
man. Shit.
yeah,
Shit.
yeah, dude. Yeah,
Showing your age now, buddy.
yeah. I'm old.
Yeah.
All right.
Or college humor.
Yeah,
Oh,
college
dude,
humor.
I still watch College Humor shit on
Yeah,
YouTube,
yeah.
man. They got some good stuff, man.
Facebook sometimes.
Dude,
Barely
like College
ever
Humor's
on
Bad
Facebook.
Man with Pete Holmes. Oh my god, dude, I'll still watch that to this
Pete,
day.
Oh,
Holmes,
yeah.
Pete
When
Holmes
he's like-
was the
Holy
Pete Holmes was the runner-up in the "Wanna Be a VJ" contest.
Yeah?
behind Jesse from in the
Jesse,
yeah. Oh, hey guys, Yeah.
Yeah.
He knew a shitload about music,
He
though.
won because it was a voter, and everyone
Yeah.
was like, "Let's vote this guy."
Yeah, this fucking
But
guy.
then the other guy, the gay guy, they're
Yeah,
like,
Pete.
"Yeah,
Yeah.
you gotta get this guy." in.
Yeah, this
He's
guy's
actually a
better.
legit VJ.
He like hosts movies on USA Network. or
VJ
something.
for you young ones. That's when MTV used to play videos. They had
gay as shit.
music.
Yeah.
Someone would jockey them
Yeah,
motherfuckers.
Super gay.
So,
So you're
The
just playing hockey against a
yeah,
video guy?
the hockey,
I
video
wonder what
hockey,
Jesse
Video hockey?
video hockey.
You're playing video games?
Hit me up on Xbox. Gamer tag's definitely
Jesse
long.
Camp was his name, right?
Jesse Camp.
I wonder
Yeah.
what he's doing now.
He's dead of a heroin overdose.
Yeah.
Did he?
I don't know. I'm guessing.
Probably.
Yeah.
Waiting up 2 hours.
Yeah, I know where we're at, buddy. I know where.
Yeah.
We're at. Ricky,
You
I
got-
understand.
Ricky's getting antsy.
No, hold
You
up,
got
hold up,
somewhere
hold
to
up,
be?
hold up. No, Ricky just casted haste on himself because he wants to get on this shit. So Ricky has
Yo.
we're doing Ricky's monster. Ricky's,
that's why he's getting upset.
Ricky's modified monster manual with no monsters this evening. Is that right?
Yeah, so I
Excellent.
was talking to Oliver earlier today, and I was like, okay, the
We're
thing
talking
for,
about the beast
the
inside.
thing for tonight is that there's a wizard that has casted spells on both.
What's the
of you.
name of the wizard? What is the name of the wizard? What is the name of the wizard?
I don't know the name of the wizard, but
How about
like,
Jeff?
It's like
JEPH.
How would you handle this situation? It's an IBJJF tournament.
Okay.
Uh huh.
Someone casted the spell
Jeff.
slow
Jeff.
Okay.
on you.
How you fight?
Yeah. Oh,
So-
you mean like just regular me?
So
Yeah.
so that is you move
Shit.
you move
Yeah.
half the speed
Huh?
that you regularly do.
Yeah. Okay.
And then your opponent has haste casted on him.
Right.
So that means that he moves twice as fast.
Yeah.
How would you deal with that?
I'm gonna tap.
Yeah, I'm gonna lose
Real
the
fast.
tournament.
Wait,
Yeah.
say that again.
Hey, so
You're moving twice. You're
Let me
moving
show-
twice as
yeah.
slow.
They're
Your
two-
opponent's moving twice as
Yeah,
fast.
they're twice as
He's
fast.
super fast.
You're half
So
as
this is like when I roll with Professor Lucas.
This is like when I roll.
I don't.
So like you got casted a spell on you, and you're in a tournament,
By Jeff the Wizard.
and now you have
JPH.
Short for Jeffro.
You're like half your regular speed.
So now I move like Ricky.
Yeah. So now you move like
And
Ricky.
then your opponent moves like you.
It's like extra fast.
So
So you gotta hold him.
So Ricky, how do you handle Isai? I think it's a
You
question.
gotta
right?
jump, pull, and hope he doesn't move out of the way before your legs lock.
You just gotta do deep path.
hey, yes, that's what I was gonna say. I was gonna say.
So you're
Look,
funneling this into your jiu-jitsu game.
This is literally dependent on the person because everyone has different speeds.
Is this
Just
absolute?
like everyone has different strengths, flexibility.
Yeah, but everybody's
True,
speed
but
is
everyone
relative.
has around the same speed, right?
Not at all.
Oh, I would
Not
disagree with
everyone
you.
has around the same. Strength.
Let's race after this.
But when it comes to jujitsu, I don't think that there's a guy that's clearly faster than another guy.
What?
Like there's a like
What?
Have you not watched the Olympics?
Have you not watched me?
in,
I thought we
in
had a better
jujitsu,
relationship
on the
than that.
mats,
Uh-huh.
right? Like
No, yes. There's
like
people that's faster
speed
than other people.
speed is there's people that are faster than other people, but if you combine
Speed is everything.
if you combine all of the fast people,
Yeah.
they're all about like close to the same speed.
Wait.
Well, because we're not talking about
So-
speed.
So,
This isn't
speed's the only factor that you got cursed. So now you have to assume you have the same strength,
Technique.
same technique, and same flexibility. The only difference is they're 2 times faster than you are.
Fatter?
True.
So does that mean he moves too fast to properly perform the
Is he
technique?
too fast?
Is he
too
rushing through the
furious?
technique? Yeah. Maybe he might be 3 fast, 3 furious.
Oh, crap.
Possibly. He might be Calvin and Hobbes or whatever the fuck it is.
No, you just hold
No,
the
he's
guy.
dead.
Brown belt. No, he died at black belt. So.
No, he died. He died with a seatbelt. I think is what it was. Actually.
Man, I don't know. Ask a different question.
So what I would do.
That's something else.
Yeah, that's
I'm
weird.
slow, I don't know. I
Yeah.
just do my
This
normal
is
shit.
This is I'm just gonna like.
So Ricky's
I'm gonna-
like, what would
I'm
you do?
gonna-
I'd be like, I would show up to class Thursday.
Yeah,
'Cause
I'm gonna do bad De La Hiva, and they're gonna pass, and then I'm gonna lose by points.
You did good, Daily Heaven tonight, man. Your open guard transitions tonight were
Hey,
really good, man.
I appreciate that,
It was
brother.
good.
Hey,
Let's do a long distance bump.
hey.
Okay.
You're
Okay.
just describing Austin versus Christian Schritt.
I know. I'm gonna start going to Professor Brandon's Wednesday wrestling class.
There you go. There you
That'll
go.
help.
Easy answer.
Okay. Here's a different one.
Yeah.
Here's a different one. How would you fight Chiva or with like the
Goro.
Chitara?
Goro.
Goro.
Like Chiva or Goro
Chiva
from
or
Mortal
Goro.
Kombat.
Armbar.
Huh?
Forearms.
They have 4 arms.
Quadruple crucifix.
Yeah, so the thing about this is, right, that they can
No,
assign
cool.
one arm per your limb and still have 2 extra arms, right?
So wait, I have a question. Is
I
it
think,
gi
I
or
think
no
you'd,
gi?
you'd have to attack
Yeah.
the legs.
You have to.
Let's say
You have
gi.
to attack
you
the
have-
legs.
How-
So like,
where does he
they
get his
can
gi?
they can hook the outside scorpion, and that's both your legs done. They control your hips, and then they have 4 arms left, and they can.
No,
go-
he's got.
They
he's
can go
got 4
2
arms total, isn't it?
Hey,
Yeah, but what I'm-
you're forgetting, it's
Yeah.
super easy to trap one of those, at least one of those arms.
Look, but look, here's the thing.
I leave one of the arms hanging. That's a
So
lot of
look,
arms to
here's
keep
the
up
thing. Like, they could fuck you up if they got to the mount or side control because they
with. Or
can
they get in
use
your guard. They'll
they-
choke you in your
They can
guard.
go-
They could choke you in your. That's
they
true.
can,
Hey,
like,
they could
block
choke
your
you in your
ear.
guard. They could like pin 2 of your
They can
arms
block your
down
ear
and use the other
choke
2
you
arms to
there,
X choke
so
you.
can't
Bro.
get a
Dude, you know what they could do?
cycle.
They could get a standard like grip on you and then use the 2 lower arms to dig their elbows into your thighs until you're.
Oh, shit, dude.
That's a
Fucking
good point,
assholes.
though. You got to be on top. You got to
have
go
to
for the
be-
takedown.
matter
No,
what,
back. You
have
got to go to the
I-
back.
so I would say-
it doesn't matter how many arms you have. If
So
you're
I
on
would
the back.
say I would say I'd go with the trip. You got to go with the arm drag. They got so many. You got to drag one of those motherfuckers. One of those arms. Stop laughing, Coach Ricky. It's not that funny.
Yeah.
No, I'd say you got to arm drag.
Look,
They're gonna
slowly
Yeah.
dying
they're
this
gonna
entire
engage.
podcast.
They're gonna engage somehow. You have to arm drag one of the arms, and I'm not saying get to the back right away. If it's
Yeah.
an, I think if you arm drag one of the lower arms, you may be able to get to the back right away.
Yeah.
If you drag one of the top arms, that bottom arm might stop.
It's gonna prevent you from going around.
But look, if you
So I would
arm
go
drag
for a
one-
takedown.
if
No
you
single.
if you
I'll
arm
go for
drag
an inside trip.
Look, does the
the
bottom
single
arm
is the way
operate
to
the
go.
same way the top arm does?
like
Yes, it
same,
has-
Can you-
same range of motion.
Yeah, can you American like because it's not a shoulder.
There has to be a shoulder there.
it has
Otherwise,
that.
the arm won't
It's
work.
still.
It
a
might
ball
be
and
like a hip socket.
Yeah,
it might be
still-
like a hip socket though.
Still-
So the side,
No, so look, they have to have 2 shoulder girdles.
can you shoulder
They
the-
have
No, what if it's a hip?
They don't have 2 sets of collarbones.
What if it's
Well,
what if it's
they
a
have
hip?
2 hips?
Well, what if it's like you have your standard leg hips, but you have the same hip socket for your other arms?
I don't know.
Like
man.
you
That
can't-
would work differently than a shoulder.
We got to decide.
Yeah, that's why I called it a
Let's
hip
say it works
socket.
like a shoulder. It works like a shoulder.
These are obviously shoulders.
It works like a
They're
shoulder.
under
It works
arm.
It works like a shoulder.
Those are
It's
called
got
It
to.
works like- it
we,
has
have,
to.
we have to
Rib
decide.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
like it would have to operate like a shoulder, dude.
Like you don't have time.
What do you mean it would
just-
have to?
You just got called
It would
on,
have
you
to.
see
It's
your
a- it's
opponent,
an
he's got
arm.
4 arms,
Fucking
you just
Goro.
slap hands.
It has a
Yeah.
shoulder.
Yeah.
Can't be
You got to get to the
competing.
back.
not.
Which hand do you slap?
Yeah.
The one he sticks out. The one he sticks out.
You wait for them. But what if
That
like
dude's gonna
Yeah, you
slap
gotta
you.
wait for you gotta wait for them
so when I fight MMA,
He's
so
going to
I
arm
wait
drag
for
you.
them to
to put out the
put
hand.
out the
Yeah,
hand.
yeah.
But what if they're doing the same thing? So,
Yeah.
Oh yeah, what if he's doing 3? He's got 3 gloves out, but the other one comes up with an upper.
No,
Uppercut.
see, that's why you only slap
Dirty.
hands before when the ref tells you.
Yeah.
You
Fuck
gotta
that
tell
guy.
him too. You gotta be like just this.
You gotta do this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
But like, if you
can't
get
come
to the
out
back,
friends once the bell rings.
as long as you control one side and the other side, like one limb on one side and one limb on the other side, they can't turn.
You know what? You know what I would try to do if I ended up getting behind him instead of
Diagonal
getting,
control.
Instead of getting the hooks,
Yeah.
I would try to hook the lower arms.
Sure.
So you kind of have hooks here.
Yeah.
These arms still free, but you're technically still hooked onto them like a
Well,
backpack.
just seatbelt
Yeah.
and get your hooks around the legs.
What you want to do is you want to control
No, hooks around the bottom
two
arm.
arms
Well, yeah, but- well,
on
sorry,
one
yeah, bottom
side
arm.
with one
Is he
leg.
the size that he is in the?
He's real big. He's
pretty
very
big.
big.
He's
Pretty
used-
big.
Him and
No,
Chiva
but-
are both big.
But like someone your size,
Oh,
just
you
with
know
the
what you
same.
do? You
Oh,
do
like a
Johnny
mini
Cage,
Goro?
You do splits and then hit him in the nuts.
Oh yeah,
It's
yeah.
the cue.
The Johnny
It's
Cage.
DQ, yeah, it's IBJJF.
Well, I mean,
Well,
Yeah.
you get a warning, right?
I don't know.
I don't think it's illegal to have 4 arms. I'm sorry.
Like rear triangle.
I'm still curious who makes this fucking gi.
Ushiro Senkaku.
Is that a show your roll kimono for that
No,
thing?
no,
I think you got to get on top. I think you got to get on top, and you got to force them to push on.
Yeah,
you.
so look, if it's
you got to
IBJJF,
like wear them out.
they have to be the same weight class, unless we're talking absolute.
Absolute.
Yeah. It's absolute.
Why? Why is it absolute?
Because he has 4 fucking arms.
Yeah,
So
he's-
what?
he's
There's
a
some
big
fat
guy.
ass people out there. I'm sure they weigh as much as 4 fucking arms, dude.
Why you always look at me when you say that?
yeah, Oliver.
Yeah,
Shut up.
Because I mean, like, if you go for like you go for the Kimura from Side Control or whatever, he's got a lot of material there to like push you off or to get away or to hip out or whatever. Like, there's a lot of problems.
I'd grab him
Yeah,
by
I
that
mean,
bitch.
You got to get to the
ponytail he's
back.
got.
You have to get to the back. It's the only
Grab
place
him up.
where like.
Yeah, but here's the thing.
the
Look,
arms-
if you're able to bypass, if you're able to put him on his back and bypass the legs, right?
Yeah.
If he's resisting and pushing,
Yeah.
you you can like knee on belly and arm bar either arm.
Yeah.
How can he stop that?
Okay, all right. So
How
you,
about this?
yeah.
You just go for the leg lock.
Ooh,
No, 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 no,
Like
no.
a straight
you gotta
ankle?
you gotta try to pass so hard, but give them the opportunity to turtle. Then you clock choke.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Yeah, I kind of like taking
Yeah,
it
that's
back.
not bad.
All right, so
But even if you have one arm choke, they can still hold out the other arm
And
to
oil
block
check
you.
you.
Man,
And fucking
from
oil
both
check.
sides, bro. Like goatsy.
oh Jesus,
Double oil check.
Jesus.
The answer to the
Shout out to
every
Goatsy.
manual is
Man.
check the fuck out of them, break your finger off inside of them, call it a day.
About to break myself off in you. Wait,
Yeah.
what?
Look, I
That is the
didn't-
weirdest
I
shit talk ever. About to
didn't-
break off in you. Oh,
Break my
okay.
fingers off in your ass.
Yeah, I didn't win,
About to
but
wear
your
you like a
butthole
finger
definitely
puppet.
lost.
That's cool. Yeah. Oh man, I think that's an amazing time to end this.
Hey, this was a lot of fun.
Yeah, here we are, 2 hours in, talking about breaking ourselves off inside Goro.
New studio.
New studio. Shout out again to all the sponsors.
Goro
Well,
wins.
It's a studio in the making, right? Everything's a studio if you have enough imagination.
Braden.
We're gonna make it happen.
So are we gonna be in this room again?
No.
Or are we gonna be in a different room?
We're gonna be in the we're
The
gonna setting.
oficina.
Yeah, we're gonna set up a specific.
Hey, can I
specific-
bring like a dog bed and have Max hang out?
Yeah.
Sweet. He's a good boy.
They actually have a
Dog
Yeah, I
park,
saw that.
yeah.
That's good.
So yeah,
Sweet.
shout out to
Max, our sponsor. I mean, sorry, mascot.
Max Scott.
Max Scott.
That you should name him Max Scott.
That's his full name.
That's a good
That
name.
is.
That's his full name.
Max.
His real name's Max.
5
Middle name
stripe.
Scott.
Middle name Scott.
Max Scott. Yeah.
I think it should
There
be
you go.
Max von Scott.
Oh, I like it.
Max Scottington.
Max von Scott. Rivas
MVS.
fan.
Max
I mean,
von Scott.
Max Scottington Esquire.
So look,
He's pre-law.
My name is Max von Scott.
I like adding my,
I'm a
my girlfriend's
Swedish
last
bomber.
name to it because it sounds very regal.
Oh yeah,
Vanderford.
Vanderford.
So I can say Max von Scott Rivas Vanderford.
yeah,
That sounds fucking regal
yeah.
as shit.
That he's a viscount. He's from Austria.
Well, he needs a painting.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I'm ordering one here soon. They make like portraits for dogs. Like yeah.
Like
Can that go up on the wall?
The
Yeah.
real ones don't just take a picture. They
No.
like, actually get to know your
Yes.
dog. They know the personality, so they can actually paint.
Oh, dude,
Yes.
I'm gonna have a portrait of Max here in the next couple weeks.
No,
I
you
wanna
should- you
see
should leave that at
pillars,
home.
And I want to see, rolling hills.
No, he's gonna be painted as like a
Like
military
an admiral.
general.
Yeah. Like a field
100%,
marshal.
for
yeah,
sure,
you have
for
to.
sure.
Like Bill Murray.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
All right.
All of the sides.
Look out for our Max Scott.
Well, we almost ended on finger butt stuff, but now here we're talking about Max Scott.
Max Scott.
Well, why
Shout
don't
out
we,
Max. I love you if you're listening.
why don't we end it on finger butts stuff?
All right. Shout out to finger butt stuff. Let's play some of that freaky deaky
Sweet
finger butt
beats.
music. There we go. Oh man, that was a fun one.
Oh
Man,
I like this little cooler.
I had a dude I went to high school with, and he was like, "Man, you know, you look like Bubba Sparks' illegitimate kid."
Booty, rock everywhere. Zach,
I think
is there
you're- I think
somewhere
you're
I can
amazing.
put these where I don't?
Yeah, in our office.
I found you, Mr. Booty.
That song just reminds me of
Which office are we?
what's that?
The one
parody
that
movie?
says, third.
146.
What was that parody movie that was about Narnia and all that stuff? I think it's called Parody Movie.
I don't know.
They went booty, 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 booty. Anyways, there's this scene where they're about to have that big fight, and then the queen busts out with the DJ, and she starts playing that song.
battling and
Yeah.
Hit the plate club. We're back.